That file didn't have the countdown. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. All right, no problem. It happens.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just do a reverse countdown now. We'll just go 1, 2, 3. We'll do it all backwards. Oh man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back on StreamYard, a competent, good software that didn't cost me $400 earlier today to get the advanced version. So it did cost me that much, actually. I'm just saying. If anyone wants to help me, I'm now poor because of the cost of this goddamn thing.
Yes,
but,
super chats welcome.
Yeah, super chats always welcome to pay for my ability to continue to get super chats. It's an endless cycle. It's a vicious cycle. It never stops. But we have Matt back today. He hasn't been on in a while.
Bobby
was filling in for a bit.
It's been like I don't know, like almost a month, just like vacations, and then right now it's like the busy season for me at work. So I've been gone on work trips and whatnot, but I'm back today, so it's good to be back. And I'm back, and Bobby's not here. So
yeah, it's fine. I've just accepted that you know what, I'm convinced that you two are the same person, and you just have a mirror in your videos. It's just one person talking. I mean, I've never seen you both in the same room, technically.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some CGI split screen trickery. So
yeah, we'll be talking about CGI split screen trickery later on. But as always, gotta say hi to people that are already in the audience. One of our regulars, Rebel Rose.
What's up, Rebel Rose?
Captain Giratina, who I'm expecting he'll be a colonel or a major or some shit soon enough. I don't know what. I guess what's after Captain. I guess that would be Major after Captain. Razor Off. I think you followed me on Twitter recently. I followed you back. I'm not 100% certain it's the same person. This motherfucker is in chat. He's also right here, by the way. He'll be here soon enough. Don't worry. I'm putting him back there again. Marigold Lee. True Pop Culture. Hey, True Pop, if you want to come on, you can, brother. I'll just let me know. I'll shoot you a message. But yeah. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. We haven't talked about Odyssey yet, and I'm not going to, but everyone else will, so it's fine. We're going to talk about Doomsday today, maybe a little X-Men 97, possibly the latest Spider-Man trailer, which was barely a trailer, according to everybody I've spoken to. And we'll see what else happens. But in order to do so, we need to get some people in here. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, we already saw Blue Collar. I'll shoot you a message in a minute, True Pop. Mm-hmm. First, we got Blue Collar, who honestly, dude, your hair's looking awesome, man.
What is, man? Look at that.
Fuck it.
It's all coiffed. I just woke up and it looks like fucking feathered and perfect.
You know who didn't just wake up though? Off the cover.
What's up, Paul?
Who's already? It's 5:00 somewhere.
Let's have some beers.
Goddamn right. So.
Generation Offended is here, and he's going to grace us with his inability to remember anything about a movie he's ever seen.
I just haven't seen any fucking American president films. And
it's like I haven't seen anything with an American president or a or a city or a town or a film. Monuments. Whatever.
I did get all those Nixon questions right. So
the Nixon category was fantastic. For those of you who didn't watch the trivia show, I did 4 questions in a row where the answer was always Richard Nixon. Then the 5th question was me asking who is the most common president to be seen on film and television, and he guessed Richard Nixon. I was like, no, it's Abraham Lincoln.
I thought it was a trick question. Okay,
it was.
Yeah, Russ, I'll probably do about 25 minutes.
That's fine. You can come and go. I'll let you get.
I'm always promoting Regal, the early access for this new.
Oh, fuck you and your Pepsi. Get out of here. Yeah. You're done.
Shout out to
it's Regal Cinema, say
Westkill Brewery.
But we do have a newcomer today. Oh, Stupenzo's here as well. I'll do a quick intro for him. Stupenzo with his sunglasses. He wears his sunglasses
today
at night, apparently. So, but we do have a first timer today.
Hang on.
Sorry. Go ahead, Stupenzo. I thought you were like adjusting your volumes or something. Oh, okay, you're good. Okay. But we do have a first timer today, actually. I've been trying to collaborate with this guy for a while because he comes from one of my favorite countries on the entire planet. And unfortunately for him, it's like 8 a.m. So he might be a little groggy, but that's okay because it's Tony from Down Under.
Hello, and it's 7:54 a.m., but it's okay. It's okay. But
are you feeling better, Tony?
Here, and Yeah, you guys have presidents? Crazy. I have a prime minister, so it's a bit different over here.
That's what we have. Prime rib. And, but yeah, it's funny. A lot of people don't even know what a fucking prime minister is in this country. I'm like, it's practically the same thing, just you don't directly. Basically, you elect the party and they select it instead.
Land of the free, home of the Whopper.
Yes. But yeah, this is actually the most packed show I've had in a while. So how's everybody doing today? We'll go around the horn. Start with Matt. How you doing?
Doing all right. Like I said, it's just good to be back. Getting over being sick. So if I sound like shit, that's why. And
you got kind of like a raspiness. It's kind of like but it's good.
Trailer voice.
It's your. I was gonna say it's good raspy. It's not like this. It's not like you're dying raspy. But
in a world,
Paul,
this summer,
are you?
It's making the rounds. I'm making the rounds. I just put out my Odyssey video, and this is my first stream back. So
nice.
It's been a minute.
Generation Offended.
I also watched the Odyssey and was pretty disappointed by it. Gotta say.
Okay. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I'm just
making
sure everyone's
base.
Tony, we just did you quickly. Stupenzo, you didn't really get a chance to say hi, so.
Yeah, I'm feeling I don't know, happy, laughing, a little disillusioned, realizing that I don't know. I like the Odyssey. This is one battle after another all over again, where I don't know, people are just like demanding I explain myself because I enjoyed a movie. I don't know what to say. Also, I'm finding out that there are multiple people that would rather literally eat feces than watch a woke movie, which I'm baffled by. I thought this would be a no-brainer. Like, if you had a choice between watching a terrible movie and eating shit, people would just pick the movie.
Stupenzo, did you like the movie or did you love the movie?
I don't know. I watched it twice. I'd say it's a good
You're
movie.
You're not gonna get him back.
I watched the cam version, and then I went to the theater the next day, and I liked it more the second time. It's a good movie. Dare I say, it could be a great movie. I would still put it under Memento and Prestige and Oppenheimer. I'd put it over Tenet and Interstellar, and
I think it's really easy to put
Dunkirk
over Tenet. Tenet
Dark
was
Knight
one
Rises.
of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I put it over Dark Knight Rises and Tenet probably, but that's it.
I think
I wasn't a big
better.
Interstellar fan. That's me. I understand.
Interstellar was great until the end. The end's fucking stupid, but I still like it.
Yeah.
Power of love.
Like I said, I don't think it's really all that difficult to be better than Tenet. I still have no idea what I watched. I've watched it.
I watched it. I watched Tenet a second
masterpiece.
time. I watched it a second time, and I enjoyed the music. I didn't like the movie's mechanics, MacGuffin, but I did find myself like very like impressed by like wondering how the hell did they shoot this stuff. I mean, that it does have that wow factor to it, but yeah, still it's like a C- at best.
I do want to highlight this. Everyone's showing their faces this time. Why did it change? Because I got my air conditioner fixed. That's why it changed. This is really, I just was making up excuses because I was sweating profusely.
I straight
okay,
up
I'll
can't
hide
have
my
my
face.
AC on, so I am sweating profusely.
I'm hiding my
It's
face
just
now.
too
so
much.
it's okay.
The Blue Yeti sucks.
I'm just in the basement.
We do have Toller Talks, who was on the show relatively recently. I'm with you in spirit for $5. I'm with you in spirit. I'm having something called a dad. I'm having to be something called a dad tonight. I'm having something called a dad tonight. What kind of fucking weird shit would that be? I'd rather watch Peppa Pig than the Odyssey again. Though. Okay. As for what is the Dark Knight? So here's the thing about the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is good. The Rises sucks.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises is terrible. Here's the thing: is Dark Knight is this weird thing that I always have where I'd say it's both awesome but overrated at the same time.
I think that's fair. I think that like now, like after Dark Knight Rises and shit like the Odyssey, when you go back and you watch the Dark Knight, the cracks of Nolan are showing in it.
Yeah.
You didn't see it at first, but they're definitely there.
I mean,
the scenes,
they're not
specifically the
cracks. It's like it's widely apparent, namely the sound design / editing.
You are beautiful.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
stop.
yeah, but like just
nonstop utilitarian expository dialogue just delivered constantly,
and just
you know.
weird like
Well, it's
entrances
dialogue
and
they can't
exits
hear.
to scenes. Like there's just some fucked up editing in The Dark Knight.
Nolan is very loose, and he shoots and shoots and shoots like really loosely, and then he tries to fix it all in post in the
That is
editing room.
exactly correct. He has no fucking plan, and that's the problem. And that's what, like, when you're watching his films, that's why they feel so disjointed, because he's not one of those storyboard guys. He is when he has to do like action scenes where there's like a lot of people moving parts involved, sure, but then you're watching his planned out scenes in the action scenes, and they suck.
His
So-
action scenes are
OG
terrible. That's why his
Anadolu
best
fucking
movies,
awful.
his best movies are Prestige and Memento and Oppenheimer, aka the movies that don't have fist fights in them.
Low key,
Yes.
I think that Prestige is his best film.
I think so too.
I
agree, yeah.
agree with that. Yeah, The
Mhm,
Prestige
yeah.
is really underrated.
It's a great movie.
He's the OG.
I think
Ananobi
there
of-
are like some practical story issues with The Dark Knight. I think we've talked about this before, but
Oh,
like some
I think it
silliness.
gets brought up pretty much every time Nolan gets brought up. So, but go on, it's fine.
It's just like it's always bothers me. But the whole scene when they have the Joker in the interrogation room, and then they have a cop inside the room for like no reason at all. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you have the door
Yeah.
locked?
Well,
Yeah.
no. Not only that, in the next scene, like when the Joker comes in,
Yeah.
he's got him with the piece of glass to his throat. The bomb goes off, and then like everyone just like despawns except
Yeah.
for the Joker.
Yeah.
He's the only person. What the fuck is that?
He
No, but
had he knew the bomb was coming, so he's fine.
But the one thing that really pisses
He-
me off about that movie
he hit the
is,
R1 button. He was fine.
is after the whole, let her go, oh, poor choice of words, and then like he goes out the window
That was
and saves
fantastic.
Rachel. Like your first thought is like, oh, okay, cool, Batman's gonna go back up there and fucking get him. Nope, it just
No.
cuts, and it's like,
Yeah,
where did he has the Joker like cornered? Where the fuck?
it's
What
jarring.
happened?
It's jarring
Yeah.
scene transition.
I'd
The
rather
problem with Dark
shut.
Knight, it's like very similar to The Matrix, where the movie made so much money, was so popular that like everyone tried to copy it after that, and that's why we have the shitty, serious Nolan-esque Superman movies, and all the superhero
Yep.
movies had to be drab and
Yeah.
serious and hyper realistic, and yeah, it
Even
sucks.
James Bond had to do that because Skyfall.
Oh, James
was
Bond
very
as
much-
well,
100%,
also because of
Yeah,
Dark Knight.
Skyfall's plan with Raul Silva was basically essentially
Dark
the
Knight.
Joker. Yeah,
Yep.
it was the Dark Knight, and I'm just sort of like, are we really doing this? Like at the time, I didn't notice it, and then like upon rewatch, it's like, oh, they
Yeah.
stole
Pop
it.
Culture 7 is
Every-
here, everybody.
Yo,
Dude,
hey.
dude.
We're now officially on what? How many continents now? Or I guess we're in three continents and 4 different countries.
Nice.
Yeah, we're in England. The whole Commonwealth is almost here, basically.
Made some
I just want to read this one from Joey Bag of Donuts, $4.99, and I read it like this because this is Joey Bag of Donuts. The Dark Knight's plot is awful and full of holes. The Joker is basically magic in that movie. Great performance, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Nolan-
do agree that there was a lot of things, and we'll get to it. The Odyssey eventually. There was a lot of things in the Dark Knight that were masked by Heath Ledger's performance, like you
Yeah.
said, the jarring.
Mhm.
Not only that, but there's just
Sound design,
like
the
random
editing.
plot holes that don't get brought up multiple times. It's
Right.
and I knew that the second time I watched it because I went to go watch it. That's one of the few movies I went to theaters twice to see. I usually don't do that.
Wasn't it
and-
also one of the first films that was released in IMAX?
It was.
It
Yeah.
was,
It
yeah.
the first.
I think it was it the very first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only
No.
like the first 4 minutes of the movie are filmed in IMAX.
Yeah.
Well, no. There's a
the
bunch.
And
there's
there's
a
the
bunch
car
of stuff.
chase and some
Yeah.
other stuff. Yeah.
There are
Because
like
I remember-
random
yeah.
shots that are just IMAX in that movie.
I hate that these current movies like Tenet does it, and the aspect ratio keeps changing from like
Yeah.
scene to scene.
different
Yeah.
formats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Right.
anymore. I don't know. Like the
was.
Odyssey just it didn't. Yes, it's IMAX, but it felt very small.
Well, that's because that's the way Nolan shoots. Like it's
Yeah.
Zack
It's so
Snyder,
dumb.
love him or hate him, I think he uses the format much better.
Zack
than-
Snyder, you said?
Yes, yeah. Like I don't look. I'm not trying to like blow the guy because like there's a lot. Of fucking
Oh,
Zack
he'd let
Snyder,
you.
know.
Zack Snyder would totally
But
let you.
I'm just saying though
Probably,
that I think that there are filmmakers out there that use it better than Nolan does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Snyder and Michael Bay, these guys are cinematographers who got their start doing music videos, so like they have this bombastic,
They have
awesome, like stylistic style,
But it was fine in Dunkirk. I remember seeing that movie in IMAX, and it felt great.
People were criticizing Odyssey because it's drab and cold, muted colors, but to be fair, that has been Nolan's shtick for as long as I can remember. In fact, most movies look drab because Nolan does it.
Yeah,
he doesn't going all the way back to like Memento. He always did that. It's either all of his scenes are either drab dark or excessively bright white. It's like there's no in between. Like I said, with him.
A whole lot of jumping around, non-linear storytelling. He's got to do that. He's got to do constant utilitarian expository dialogue, kind of like James Cameron, where he's kind of like dumbing it down. And then the other thing that he does that's very confusing and strange is he just has to have the sound mixing's an issue big time. He loves loud movies. The Cyclops screaming, like people were like covering their ears, dude.
It sound like the actual sound once you get past the clipping, it did sound like the sound design was good, for the Cyclops. I thought
I could understand what everyone was saying in my theater. But he was loud. I saw a shirt that said "Speak up." I saw the Odyssey at IMAX. I can't hear you.
I just don't understand why he can't get sound mixing right ever.
There is one scene in the Odyssey where his shitty sound design actually works, and it's with the sirens. Even though we don't even get to see the sirens,
I like the siren scene.
One moment where it actually works.
I like the siren scene a lot. I like what Matt Damon was saying it sounded like. I like that whole spiel. He does a lot of these bumper sticker kind of T-shirt kind of slogan catchphrases as dialogue that he works into his movies, and he does a lot of setup payoffs with his lines of dialogue that are very, like I said, T-shirt slogany. The one thing I was awful sound design in the Odyssey is I love when Agamemnon comes. I like how Agamemnon runs into him in Hades instead of his mother. Because he finds out his mom's dead. Agamemnon actually gives him advice about she's the one who tells him to go undercover when you go back home, and it's the first time he talks to. He takes a little bit of blood, puts it on his mouth, and he says, "Oh, Odysseus, how are you?" And but what was really terrible was when I like the reveal that his wife, other Lupita Nyong'o role, she kills him. He comes back, he sacrificed his daughter to the gods and stuff, and that was done well, except he says this line of dialogue, and it gets cut off with her screaming and stabbing him, and I've literally tried to check out the cam version and re-listen and trying to understand what he's saying
movie
there.
With subtitles.
I know. Subtitles, closed caption,
I watch all movies with subtitles because it helps you follow the plot a little easier, especially when you have big encyclopedic movies like this with lots of character names. And
it's something that I'm sure Matt will talk about, but movies in the last, let's say 20, 25 years, you can't hear what the hell they're saying.
Oh, dude, the
worst their mics or the way they capture audio.
Well, it's like when you're mixing a movie, you got you have the three things. You have dialogue, sound effects, and music, and you can't properly balance everything. So during some sequences, something has to take a hit. Something has to you have to dip out. But Nolan doesn't. He just keeps it all at fucking the max level as possible. And the way that he does score, the score is usually like fucking Hans Zimmer sleeping on his organ or something, or I mean, I know this isn't Hans Zimmer. I by the way, I hated the score of this movie.
Hated the score.
I think so. I think Hans Zimmer's super overrated, and I love this Ludwig guy. I love the score for Oppenheimer. Even the score for Tenet.
Oppenheimer was good, but Oppenheimer was Ludwig doing his best Hans Zimmer impression. Tenet was it's okay,
synth.
But
he's synth music and shit.
But
this score, I was not impressed.
I remember being rap music for 10 minutes.
Well, I will say something
about this
score that actually is good. The movie's tone, it starts weary, it's already over. The tone itself is at the beginning is what the story says it is at the end, but the score keeps going up as the movie proceeds. That being said, it's not as good as Interstellar, Dark Knight, et cetera, as a score, but it doesn't start at the crescendo. It starts low and goes up.
Well, there's just
which is
no
kind of weird to me.
There's like no thematic material to it. Like you can't remember.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Nolan's like, oh, I wanted to be period specific about the music, but not the casting. Okay. But then like you have like Oppenheimer, which that score is not really period specific. You have a bunch of synth shit in that. I'm not criticizing it. I think it actually works for that movie. And in fact, Nolan, his style, his shtick is to almost have that like synth, like Blade Runner-esque kind of music and all the things that he does. It just kind of adds to like the synthetic coldness of a Nolan movie, you know.
I mean, it is very percussive too. Which specific, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I just feel like he should have like maintained kind of what he always goes for with his music in this.
Yeah,
I thought this was the wrong movie to switch that up.
Hans Zimmer would have been better, but yeah, like again, it didn't make sense to me that the movie begins like tired, like the journey is already over as far as the tone is concerned, but the score builds as the movie goes on.
Yeah, I remember him like mentioning like Nolan, we don't want an orchestra because in those times there wasn't an orchestra per se. So some stupid logic like that. He was trying to adapt it to the time. And yeah, you guys are on point that why don't you do the same for Oppenheimer, a period piece kind of music for it?
Wait, did you say that? Did you say Nolan said that about the Odyssey, where he didn't?
Yeah,
he didn't want to involve instruments that weren't from the period.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, but he's okay with
But yeah, but what? Like, but he's gonna fuck everything else.
We
like
have
everything else.
We have 2026 American accents though. Like,
well,
yeah.
How about the fucking Viking ship?
How
about the Viking fucking ships, man? Like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's like the things the things that he chose to be specific about, time period. Like, it's weird how selective he was about it.
It's a small thing. A couple of times when John Brenthal's talking, I'm like, I'm waiting for him to say Peter Parker. Just please say Peter Parker one time.
Dude, he was fucking fucking shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's the character in the book. Like he is like a weakling. He is pathetic. Like he. So in that regard, I think is like it's an okay casting. I guess miscasting would be Helen of Troy, but I don't really give a shit because it was. Lupita and Ellen Page were a combined total of like 90 seconds.
Yeah, but I know that's sort of like the shit lib. They're switching gears. They're like saying, "Oh, the chuds are going to be really upset when they find out that they only have a total of 5 minutes of screen time." What does that fucking matter? It's still there, and it's still annoying.
Commercial decision. He wants to get in the fucking Academy Awards because he needs to tick off boxes. It's fucking
I know that's true, but like Oppenheimer won, and like he didn't worry about that shit in Oppenheimer. Like
did they have the rules in Oppenheimer?
Huh?
Yeah.
Did they have those DEI rules?
Yeah, those rules have been in place for like fucking.
Yeah, the thing is,
the
rules apply for behind the camera too, which is why Oppenheimer. Yeah, so I mean. The stunt casting, I really think, is part of like a Trojan horse type thing, to kind of get people talking about it.
Great comment. Yeah. Sorry.
See, that is better. That is better than the shit sandwich metaphor, and this is the one I hate, and I've been seeing it everywhere. Where it's like, oh, it's like saying there's only a piece of shit on one bite of your hamburger, and it's like, guys, you have to stop comparing watching a terrible movie to eating shit. Like you could say, oh, it's like shredded coconut on a chicken taco with sardines. Yeah. I mean, eating shit is something that I would gladly watch any awful movie over eating feces, right? And I was shocked to find out that many people were saying, no, I'd rather eat shit than watch some woke DEI movie. I was like, you're retarded. I don't know what to say to you. Like, you're a shit eater. Guys, this guy's a shit eater. He's not one of us. This guy wants to eat shit.
Bat shit is considered a delicacy in some countries. It's
all right.
They didn't say what kind of shit you have to eat.
I also get the reverse kind of impression of this film where people are kind of overreacting as well. I remember reading like a post like, if you watch this movie in the cinema, it will be the end of Western civilization. Blah blah blah. It's, it's just
Hey, what if you were
hyperbolic.
forced to eat shit for 3 hours?
Right. No, but the thing is, eating that's what this fucking moron was trying to tell me. Like, my time is precious, and I can't sit down for an hour and a half watch some woke movie that poisons my soul. And I'm like, you're gonna eat shit. Like, I don't care how long it takes. It takes 5 minutes. It's awful, and you're probably gonna get sick. Right? You can die from eating human feces.
The movie wasn't woke. It had 90 seconds of DEI
exactly
casting.
Yeah.
The translation it was based off of, yes, the
feminist,
translator was a feminist, but the main issues with the translation were the fact that this woman, Emily Wilson, kept focusing on the theme of the futility of war and not like the meaning of home and being changed by life.
Well,
so
that
like she focused on the wrong themes. Nolan blindly followed her, and this is what we have.
Yeah, but that's just it though. Like, you know, like there's
It's not really
there's
woke. It's just the
woke.
wrong
Woke is like a blanket statement, and yes, we always
Right.
tend to think of like DEI when it comes to that, but it is more. And like what you just described, that is sort of a tenet of being woke. Like just totally like missing the
Focusing on the
point
wrong-
of what
on
the
the wrong
fucking
theme?
story was about. Like these people just fixate on like the whole thing turned like the story's about Odysseus being this like prideful asshole sort of when he starts out, and then like the gods, his situation, everything knocks him down a few pegs, and then by the end of the story he turns up as the beggar in
Right.
Ithaca, and then like he you know realizes what it is to be a true man essentially.
Right.
But this movie turns it into trauma, PTSD.
Yeah, war's bad.
And
War
like
is
all
bad,
that-
though.
If you actually want a movie about the futility of war, look no further than last year's best movie, Warfare.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Period.
Like, there's you can
last
do like
year's
a
best movie was K-pop Demon Hunters. Get that
You-
shit out of here.
you can
Okay,
you
you got me there.
can you can do movies about like anti-war movies about PTSD, all of those things. The thing is, the Odyssey is not that. That's not what it's
Not.
about.
Yeah.
Dude,
And then
I
there's
like one
also,
battle after
there's-
another. And the reason why I thought one battle after another would deserve Best Picture is because people are saying, "Oh, it's a woke pro Antifa movie." It's like, no, it's about how extreme politicalization turns you eventually into a hypocrite. And we're seeing this right now in real time. Like, people are just becoming hypocrites, man. Like I'm saying, if this movie's too woke for you, The Odyssey, but you were glazing Spider Noir is way more woke than this shit. Spider Noir had fucking Asian girl bosses besting everybody. Every white person's a fucking villain or a drunk loser. All the black dudes are well-spoken and intelligent, and they're all heroes, even the villains. I mean, it's 7 hours long. There's like hip-hop remixes of cocktail songs. I mean, so why does that get a pass? Because it's cape
That's
shit.
because nobody watched
For babies.
Spider Noir.
A bunch of people watched it. A bunch of people loved it. And they were like, like I said, I'm just trying to understand.
Asking
I
for a
think,
friend,
no,
by the
I
way.
think
They
that's-
did.
I had
They
fun.
just
I think that's
basically
fair.
want their
I'm
win
sorry.
because they're too butthurt about what happened 2 years ago.
I'm
I
just-
think there's
so, hold on.
a strong feministy message throughout the Odyssey as well that I think we haven't really discussed. I mean, there's a
Well,
lot.
Yeah, hold that
There's a
thought
really
for a
odd-
second because I need
So
to. I
the
need
book
to
itself
address
actually
something.
does
in the-
portray
in the
like
chat.
the journey of women too. Christopher
on.
Nolan did like average at best at that because
Hold
he
that
did
thought.
show
Everyone hold the
Cersei-
thought.
What's
Hold
that?
on. I need to bring this up before. Is there such thing as Dubai porta potty OnlyFans models? Because that's I asking for a friend.
It wouldn't
I'll
surprise
do
me.
some
Believe it.
research
It
into
would
that.
not surprise
Rule
me.
34.
Anyway,
yeah,
go
this
on.
is
Dark
not-
hour. We
there's
should
a-
not be kink shaming. Okay.
I
Well,
didn't
there's
think
good
I
ways-
know. I said asking for a friend. That friend
but good
happens
wa-
to be
like,
me. And
there's
my
a
alternate
Generation Offended
personalities.
is correct though. Like there's that scene
Yeah.
where like she's having Penelope's having the conversation with fucking Spider-Man, and she's like basically, oh, because I don't have balls, I can't lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
that's
that.
towards the end,
Exactly.
yeah.
He should have been like, this conversation right now. Yes, that's exactly why you should fucking lead. You know,
Well, it doesn't even make any sense why she's having that conversation at all with her son, because her son's not to blame for the situation she's in.
And the whole conversation, he's being totally rational about their situation. He laid out exactly why. Well, you need to get with the suitor because that gets rid of all the other ones, and like that, he's just being pragmatic, but she's being like the irrational, retarded chick in that fucking moment.
There's a really big problem with how they portray women in the film versus how they are in the original story, which is in the film they have to replace all the women's characteristics with, brash, in your face, I'm strong and I'm a woman kind of characterization.
There is no femininity anymore at all.
The whole book, the whole point of the book was actually when the leadership, the patriarchy leaves, the whole thing turns into fucking chaos.
Right.
Which
the thing is that the ironic thing about let me finish my point. The ironic thing about the entire movie is that there's some great feminist literature in the original with like characters like Athena, Penelope, and Helen, but it's just how they're portrayed as characters isn't as obvious as it is in the film, right? Because of our modern retarded political messaging, you have to shove everything down everybody's throats instead of being like, okay, we'll have Penelope be cunning and smart and wise and sly. You can't have her be that. She has to be in your face. She has to be telling everybody how great she is. Athena, Athena was a great character in the original story that saves Odysseus multiple times and is the reason the story happens. She gets no screen time in the movie. She doesn't appear in the story at all except for this PTSD nightmare thing. And then you got Helen of Troy who is openly talking about like how bad her husband is and how stupid his war was to her, like an important political guest.
I like that. I liked all that.
It doesn't make any sense because of her position. She is first of all, she lost the war. So if anything, she has no political power in the situation. She should know not to talk.
She never did. She ran off with the guy.
Yeah,
he tells her to shut up multiple times, basically. Shut up.
But the fact that she doesn't even fucking get the message is like she should be beaten.
She's a fucking black girlfriend. You ever dated a black woman? They don't fucking listen to you when you tell them to shut up. Take it from me. All right, I've dated 2 black women before. They like the house thermostat set to 80 degrees, and they fucking argue a lot.
Well, the other thing that's it's a change from the source material with Helen specifically is that in the original text, I mean, it depends on which translation, but she has gone back to being Greek. She's not in this position anymore where she's in love with Paris and the Trojans. She had missed home, and depending on certain translations, she's back in love with Menelaus. So this other take that they've
she's like a prisoner, basically, like a slave or something.
Well, because she's an interesting fucking female character that's not just a straightforward, strong woman. She's actually fucking nuanced and has some personality.
By the way,
translations, didn't she call her a bitch?
I've yet to see this.
And then,
movie,
like in the new translation, she's like,
"That's okay. I haven't seen the movie either, True Pop. I'm just letting everyone else do the work for me today."
Okay. That makes sense. Please, no spoilers for this 2,000-year-old poem. Like
so that was the thing, and that was kind of my position because a lot of people, some people gave me some shit over not covering this movie, because
you're getting shit for liking it, you're getting shit for not watching it, you're getting shit for not liking it,
and really, this was
so divisive.
Dark Hour, you know what you should do? You should cover Troy instead. Just
well, this is another thing that bothers the shit out of me.
Hold on, Stupenza, hold on. So my stance on this and why I didn't cover it is because I've never cared. So like I cover things I care about. When I've tried to branch out and just cover random shit that I don't really care about, you can tell that I don't care about it in the way I'm talking in my videos, and it's boring to me. And also, like I said, I would be shocked. Now, obviously, Jen Offended and a couple other people on this panel have read the book and watched all other movie, like the Armand Asante version. But I would venture to guess that somewhere in the realm between 80 and 90% of people who are angry and arguing over this
have not
told their English teacher that they read the book and never did. And that was the thing. I was not gonna pretend to be some literature, like deep literature understand, like because I would have just been a very surface level explanation of the movie, which I could do here.
When I read it, I was like, I don't know, 16.
But even that's right off the bat. That's more authentic than I can be about the movie.
Well, the thing is,
I didn't read it. I
get
saw
that
half
you're-
of the Armand Assante miniseries when I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
Which I
Now-
do like.
That's
Yeah.
actually
It was pretty solid. Don't get me
Well,
wrong,
it's-
but it
it's
was
free-
Kyle
I
actually
free on
Kyle
YouTube.
mentioned it on his review actually, but
so
oh, go on.
I was going to say the 1950s Kirk Douglas one is the least accurate, but that one's solid. The most accurate is the 1960s Italian miniseries, which I watched. It's 4 hours long. It's fucking boring as hell. Don't watch that one. It's the most
Generally,
accurate,
the
though.
more accurate something is to history, the less interesting it is as a.
Then, of course, there's also Oh Brother Where Art Thou and Cold Mountain and several other, Odyssey loose adaptations that
That's a
are,
good one,
fun.
too.
Brother Art,
Yeah.
that was really good.
But the thing is, Dark Hour, you may not care about this. That's fair enough. But here's why you should care. This is like the foundational element, the structure of everything that you actually do like. All your superhero movies, all the movies that you do like are in one way or another connected to this.
I can appreciate that. But what I was saying was
This is like the building block for everything we love.
It would have
it's-
just, but any criticisms I had would have been very shallow criticisms because
Yeah.
it would have just been, I wouldn't have had any nuance to them and true
That's
understanding
fair.
of what was wrong at its core.
Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah,
I
this
mean,
movie's far from perfect. It's got a lot of problems, but the big problems that everyone was upset about, worried about, were kind of controversies. They weren't as big a deal. Like, for instance, the big rap song at the beginning wasn't nothing.
Yes,
Elliot
thank you.
Page was fine as a child boy soldier. You could have cast him as someone else.
No. Fuck no.
Yes,
You know,
he was.
You know the things that no one's talking about when it comes to Elliot Page was the fact that like it flashes back in the movie and you see like Elliot Page as a child. It's like some fat boy. It's like so the movie wants us to believe
Just a second there, Professor. It's Ellen Page.
the movie. Yeah, whatever. Like the movie
We have
wants
now
us to
gotten
believe
to
that
that.
this weirdo,
it's Ellen of
that this-
Page.
that this fucking 4'11" weirdo with this like weird trans voice was a little boy at one point. Fuck you. Like fuck this movie. That's bullshit. Like yeah,
I think that if you want to look at it from just a narrative perspective, I think they essentially everyone was worried that Elliot Page took over the role of Achilles, which isn't
Yeah.
true. But
No.
the role that they gave did take over the role of Achilles in the story because
yeah, exactly.
when
during the
Odysseus, when
Hades
Odysseus
sequence.
exactly, but the thing about this movie is that they strip away a lot of the little things that make the Odyssey great. And there's this really good scene when Odysseus goes to Hades and he meets with Achilles' spirit. Everyone knows the story about Achilles, right? So Achilles had the choice to either go to Troy and become immortalized as this famous warrior and die, or he could stay at home, be anonymous, and live a really long and happy life. He chose to go to Troy. He dies, and then so the Iliad kind of leaves you with this idea that like glory and fame are the things to strive towards. However, when he meets the Shade, Achilles tells him he chose wrong. He's like, I made a bad choice. I should have lived a long life, and immortality and living a long time, that's the fucking thing you should want.
Well,
and then
the original
this leads into Calypso. So when Calypso has Odysseus, Odysseus wants to leave. Calypso wants him to stay, and she says, if you stay with me, I'll make you immortal. And then this decision is a way bigger sacrifice when Odysseus has to go home. He makes a way bigger decision because he's actually giving up what the Greeks valued the most, which is life and immortality. And so the movie strips all of this away, and Calypso ends up just becoming a speed bump he has to get over, and she gets no explanation as to who she is. And he just leaves because, of course, he leaves. The option is stay with this woman who drugs you and makes you forget your entire life, or go home. It's like, okay, well, what do you think he's going to choose?
The original Odyssey message is about, being humbled and hubris and, trying to not be so arrogant and, check yourself and stuff. I like that. But I'm glad that, like I said, this is an adaptation. So Chris Nolan did some different stuff, but I did not mind a lot of the creative liberties he did. The Cyclops scene, I had some problems with that, But
didn't they remove? So from what I heard, they removed the iconic.
Nobody.
They removed.
You don't find out he
removed
talks.
everybody.
You don't
took
find
in-
out the Cyclops talks until after he gets stabbed
You
in the
also
eye.
don't
Yeah,
know
they
that
took
he's
out
the
the
son of
the
Poseidon.
nobody thing, and they also just took out the entire conversation. Like any sort of like showing any display of Odysseus being cunning and like smart and like that's all gone. All of it is gone.
What was worse than that in the Cyclops scene was like just the mechanics of how they escaped made no sense because they show up, the cave is wide open, right? And they come in, then the Cyclops shows up and seals them in. And he eats 2 of them and he goes to sleep. And then, so logically you would think, okay, well, we'll wait till he leaves and then he'll just leave, right? And leave the door wide open like he did last time. We'll just walk out.
Didn't he shut
But
the
for
door
some
behind
reason this time he's going to seal them in and they have to run and they, that was stupid.
But that happens in the original because the Cyclops speaks to them and also wants to trap them in there to eat them. But because that dialogue is missing,
exactly,
and it seems like a big retarded baby that they're dealing with. But that takes away from the fucking intelligence of the scene as well, because he outsmarts this like moron who sees them in there, eats 2 of them, and then falls asleep with this like huge threat beside him. In the original story, he gets
the movie. Is it
in the original
movie that he's the son of Poseidon?
Yeah, he gets drunk. Yeah, he gets him drunk, and that. Yeah, they do mention it in the movie
because like I couldn't hear the fucking dialogue.
He just says something about Poseidon. I think that they like, it
was like towards the end of the scene where it's like, oh, he speaks to Poseidon or something, and then that's it. It's like, oh, okay, moving on. Guess so.
I mean,
sure.
I agree with this here. I mean, I had a gyro earlier today, and I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah.
Good Greek food will knock you out. What was that, Blue?
If you watch the trailer for the that Motor City, just mute it because it's all copyright music. But I'm gonna check it out, let you know what it is. But 5 lines of dialogue. Jack Reacher killing guys for an hour and a half. Let's see if it's any good.
I'm sold. Yeah, hopefully it's good.
I mean, I could pull that. You said you had to go, right? Like,
well, yeah, but if you want to see the trailer for it, if you show it, just.
I mean, if you want before you go, you want me to pull it up for you real quick, and then
I still have to drive 20 minutes in the mall, so I'll be in chat and just saying if you want to watch.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll probably
the trailer and the trailer. It's just music anyway, so if you mute the sound, you're not missing nothing. There's no dialogue in the trailer. It's just it's copyrighted music, so I want to fuck with your chat.
That's okay. I get every single time I put a trailer on there, I get blasted.
Well, at least if you mute it, they shouldn't fuck with you. So
that's what they all say. You won't get fucked with.
But what else was funny was I know. What else was funny was like Goodwin was saying in the chat, like, I saw, there's a lot of talk about the Emily Wilson translation it's based off of, and that's terrible. But then she just came out and said she's not happy with it. It's not feminist enough. So isn't that like
she doesn't make feminist. Feminism.
So she's never happy.
She's
never going to be happy.
Went into her translation. The one key example, I was listening to Chris Williamson's podcast. He had some expert on the Odyssey, and in her translation, she says, "Oh, the men are. I was always hounding the men." But in like the original, like ancient Greek, it basically translates to, "Yeah, I was being a bitch."
Exactly.
So it's like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, I loved the Cersei scene, the pigs shit. Oh, yeah. Like that was
that was fantastic.
Cool. I was like, also more of that, please.
Also in the book, Odysseus fucks Cersei. So
yeah, that was something I thought that was funny with the Armand Assante version. Is like he fucks all these women. Like I think he fucks like 4 women and a couple goddesses, but then he comes back home and he's like, "How dare you have suitors, wife? Kill all of them." I thought that was funny.
Well, that's the way it should be, right?
I know.
It's the old master key versus
and
shitty
to be
door.
Fair, I think it's implied that Matt Damon was having sex with Charlize Theron. I mean, it's not stated outright. That's the one thing I could say that could definitely improve this movie is earn the R rating, show some titties, show Anne Hathaway's titties, show more of the violence. I hate Chris Nolan death scenes. Like Tenet, like you just go up and grab someone behind the neck and they just fall asleep instantly.
And they get shot and there's like a squib, but there's never blood. It's just a poof.
Dark Knight, you cut someone in the face and they just fall over and die instantly.
They cut to that. Yeah, they cut and they have that shitty music sting, and that's
you just can't do fight scenes. As someone mentioned.
Now, so increase the gore, like really go crazy with that, and then titties. Show Charlize Theron's titties. Show Anne Hathaway's titties.
But Anne Hathaway did show full frontal in that pharmaceutical movie with
Charlize Theron got naked in Devil's Advocate. She looked good. The thing is, she doesn't look great right now on the red carpet, but she was looking good in this movie for an older, milfy lady.
Yeah, they put her in that fucking Waterworld costume. Like, look, that's the problem with the movie. All right, like when I first heard that this was going to be Nolan's next film, I was like, how's he gonna do like the gods, Zeus, like Poseidon? And
Thunder.
the answer is he doesn't,
He
because
Thunder.
Nolan is like the minimalist guy, like the guy who strips
Hyper realism.
all the fun out of everything. And look, that style works for certain things, for certain properties, but he's not the right guy for this movie. That's the main issue.
The Hydra scene was kind of dumb.
Look
You
like
never actually
shit.
get to see Hydra.
The design was bizarre. It looked
And
like
it's like-
giant turtle head tentacles or something.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
it's
know
like,
what the
oh,
fuck it was.
Nolan doesn't do CGI. Well, there is some CGI, and it looks like shit. Fuck that.
He does it
scene.
when he has to. It was, a lot of the practical, like the actual horse stuff was, that was impressive. I mean, they built it, they did it on the beach for real. It's just unnecessary. The big cameras are also unnecessary. The IMAX film is expensive and unnecessary. It's just, he's.
I'm curious why, if you're gonna go with all this magic and like witches, and we're gonna have giants, and we're gonna have the gods.
I'm glad we got a little bit.
But like, so why not have the actual gods in the fucking movie? They play such a big part in the story. Athena is such a big part in the story.
And why have
I
what's
agree.
her face to do Athena? She doesn't look smart. She looks high all the time.
Well, it's
Every
like
single movie
it's like the fucking Cyclops scene. He couldn't get away with not having that scene, so it's just there out of obligation. Everything that like is sort of magic and mystical in the movie is just because like, fuck, there's really no way I can skip this.
The thing is, and this is interesting, it's kind of like Inception. It's open to interpretations, like Total Recall. Like it could all just be. Darth Plato was the one saying that, like, I didn't even think about this, but yeah, like it could be a untrustworthy narrator, unreliable narrator, where like maybe he's just on a drugged out stupor, remembering all this crazy shit about sea monsters and stuff that didn't even actually happen.
Let's face it,
that's not
Nolan
the
is
ending
not
is.
Robert Faulkner.
I mean, that's how the ending is,
And-
where it just intercuts between the happy sort of ending and then like him back in Troy, and I'm just sort of like, I'm really confused. And the ending felt so rushed. I was like,
very tacked on.
Well,
I was
always
like,
has a problem with his
okay,
third act.
ending.
Well, because
Every
it should have ended
Nolan
with him
movie has-
taking the throne again. It shouldn't have ended with him going off into the sunset without saying goodbye to his son for some reason. And then we didn't even get like the whole movie's about him getting back to his family, and then he immediately fucks off at the end.
Yeah, it's like, okay, action sequence. Thanks, guys. Peace out. I'm out. Have
look
fun.
at
Dude, okay,
Nolan
can
movie.
I complain about this fucking action scene at the end of the film? Because
Oh my
that
God.
drove
Yeah.
it
You
drove
can
me
blame
up
whatever
the
you
wall.
like.
I mean, like, dude, so you have him going 1v50 against all these guys in the room. He's
Yeah.
doing John Wick takedowns in the center. And then if you actually just stop to, because I don't love the fight scenes anyway, I stopped to look around deliberately at the people in the background, and they're just
Yeah.
sprinting from
Fighting
one
each
side
other.
of their.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing? And then, oh man, this was the worst. Was when they fucking open up the ceiling, they're dropping shit into the fucking floor, and then Buddy Robert Pattinson's like spears, and then the swords drop. He's like swords, and then the shields.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, is this a comedy? Like, is this supposed to be kind of a joke?
What would have been
I
better?
get it.
I like the idea that like after he starts killing a handful of people, or actually several handfuls, start like realizing he's Odysseus and taking a knee. It should have been like as soon as it's revealed he's Odysseus, like more than half of them take a knee instantly. That would have been more believable. But everything leading up to that action scene, like the stringing the bow and that dude getting that arrow in the neck, like I thought that was ace. But then,
Yeah, I
like
like
action
that,
scenes
yeah.
are not action scenes are not as forte.
The thing is that I watched this in cinema and I was like with it, and then I did rewatch this a cam version of it, and I was like, it's not getting the same effect on repeat viewing, and I think that's the thing with Nolan. It's like on repeat viewing for me, it didn't get to me, especially the action sequence, because in cinemas I was really with the final action sequence. I was like, okay, I'm in it. I was with my friend. It was there, and then on repeat, I was like, oh, actually, there's a bit more going on that I don't really enjoy about it, and I think that's a problem that Nolan has.
It was the exact opposite for me because I watched the cam version first because it's like curiosity got the best of me Thursday night when it leaked. And this also disproves that, woke talking point. Oh, you didn't like it just because you watched the cam version. I watched the cam version and I did like it. And I wanted to see it tomorrow in the theater. And when I saw it a second time in the theater, I liked it more. So, I mean, yeah, and maybe the third time I'll watch it, I'll go watch it in the IMAX screen several months from now and I'll like it even more. Or maybe I'll like it less. I have a simple metric, guys. Did I watch it? Yes. Did I watch it all the way through? Yes. Would I watch it again? Yes. Would I recommend it to someone else? Yes. And do I feel ripped off, or would I have paid for it if I didn't? The answer is no. I didn't feel ripped off. So, again, by that binary standard, I like the movie.
It's a good enough standard, I guess.
I'd say no to all those questions, but that's fair.
Touching on the casting.
If you give a shit about storytelling, cinematography, and
yeah, because I was gonna say, touching on the casting, like the fact that we even have to like talk about controversial casting before the movie, it's kind of it kind of takes away from the movie in and of itself, because like we should be talking about how we are adapting, the Odyssey, and talking about the characters and the journey, how we are adapting it to now, and how we are transforming it, but also keeping the spirit of it. But the fact that we have to be like, okay, we have to talk about Elliot Page or Ellen Page, then we have to talk about the change of Achilles and Helen of Troy. It's just sort of like, ooh. And another thing, when it comes to Troy, Helen, in the opening, when we get introduced to her, like the lighting was so terrible, I could not see her face. So when they revealed the scars, I was like, I'm sorry, girl, but your shade is not working for me, because I cannot see shit. I can't see the scars on your face when the lighting is so terrible. So it's
the lighting was terrible throughout the movie, though.
That's Nolan doesn't light. It's all natural light. He does like the Terrence Malick thing, But
that sequence is really bad, because like it's supposed to illustrate the point of Helen has gone through this traumatic, and she's got scars on her face, and it's supposed to do that. But with her skin complexion, let's just say, I couldn't see shit.
She's too black. You could say it. She's just too damn black.
She's too damn black. I couldn't see her, and I'm just like, what am I looking at? Oh, she's got scars. My mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I actually, talking about Troy, I didn't love the set for Troy. I've actually been to the like real life set in Morocco where they filmed that. It's the same place they filmed.
Look at this guy traveling and shit.
Oh,
yeah, I've traveled. I'm so filled with culture.
Did you film it and like write it off on your taxes?
Yeah. It's the same. Well, it's actually the same filming location in Gladiator when he does the whole, are you not entertained bit? It's the same place.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, being there, because he didn't add anything to it. It's like a small town, and you can tell in the movie as well. I was very unimpressed with the greatest city in Asia, how small the walls were and how shitty the buildings were. It's like you didn't even add to it. You didn't even add any sets or anything. Like it's just the buildings as they are. They're all fucking. They're made out of not even clay. They're made out of fucking. It's like dirt grass.
All the buildings and sets of the Odyssey, Nolan's Odyssey, were all old.
Yeah, they don't look.
Start taking like,
dude. Actually, go back to 2002 to look at Troy. The actual Troy in Troy is fucking.
Well, they filmed it in Mexico. That's why the oceans are all blue and look awesome. It's like a tropical resort.
I'd be a year old, so maybe
the actual city of Troy looks really nice though in comparison. I just don't know why he didn't add a little bit more flair to the cities with the columns and like.
Yeah, Troy was one of those movies where Saving Private Ryan was so popular, and then Troy tried to do that with like swords and sandals.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of that and the popularity of Gladiator. But Troy is like not. I don't think that's a good movie. Not great. No, but that being said, there's so many like super cuts online right now that are like cutting footage of Odyssey and Troy together. And whenever it cuts to it from the Odyssey to a shot from Troy just looks so much better. Like
100%.
That as bad as that movie is. It looks incredible. Like it was shot really well, lit really well. And even though that movie also takes sort of that grounded approach, it still feels more like fantastic and epic than fucking
I think ironically, the comparison I'd make is that even though Brad Pitt and Matt Damon are great actors, they both do terrible jobs in their respective films.
Brad Pitt with his bleached blonde hair and shit.
Yeah.
But the scene where he stabs that fucking giant dude in the shoulder is like,
that's a great scene.
Unforgettable.
His fight scene
You'll always remember that scene.
With Hector is amazing.
Yeah.
Who should have made
I wanted to bring up with you guys whether you think the Odyssey will make a profit or not, because it's a
it's a huge hit.
Gonna. Yep.
You don't think that Oppenheimer was maybe pushed by the whole Barbenheimer thing, and hence why it made $1 billion.
A little bit, but
yeah, I still think
I
that
actually
Nolan...
I think it was honestly I feel when the Barbenheimer thing helped Barbie way more than it did Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer had such great
Yeah.
legs in terms of how long it was making money. I think it may have made some of the initial that first week more, but I still think it would have made a shit ton either way.
But because like sword and sandal movies and historical epics, what have you, are notoriously expensive. With all the background people, we were using like multiple people during the shooting of this, and I don't think like normies go for it all that much. Maybe like older dads,
more.
sure, but
it's Nolan though, and he's like the only
Nolan.
director that like his name sells. It just does.
Yes, yeah. But he himself said that he was kind of like anticipating asking WB, I want to make this. I know it's gonna cost probably a lot of money. I forget what. So
I think it was 250
million.
Yeah.
So he needs to make 750
the
mil.
thing is, I don't know that you're right about the normies not liking it, because like you go back to like I don't know, Ben-Hur, Cleopatra,
even Gladiator
all the movies. I think like they all did really well back in the day with the. I mean, at least in the '60s, normies. Gladiator did super well.
There's also a premium right now in anything that isn't a superhero movie. There's so many. So your average moviegoer is just so over, cape shit, as a lot of people.
They're starving for other shit right now,
and it helps. You've seen it with multiple things recently. Movies that may not have had these giant, takes have had bigger takes than they probably should have.
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. I mean, it was as good of a movie as it was, probably benefited from that, because it was like just, oh, cool, we can
breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air. Ryan, we like Ryan Gosling. It's like it had just enough there to do it, and
I also think the optimistic message helped that movie.
Completely
which a lot of people are starving for optimism in movies. So when Superman came around, I was like, okay, this is a chance to be an optimistic, bright future movie, and it wasn't
at all.
Like it was, wow.
I was so disappointed by that film. It
was fucking retarded.
Here's a hypothetical question: if this movie was made by Mel Gibson with all indigenous actors from the Mediterranean, what do you guys think?
I don't even think that you need to go. It's not the fact that there's no Greek people in this, because the left says, and this is actually a good argument, they're like, well, you guys didn't care when it was Troy, when it was all white people. But it's like, it's not that it's all white people. It's just that when you watch Troy, it feels like you're watching something that's culturally homogenous. That's what it is. Yeah. So that's all we're asking for. Like, it just fucking picks. You have like the scene in the movie where like the Indian guy is like, oh, we're Greek. And then it cuts to his friend who's black.
Well, you got
like an Indian guy.
You got Puerto Rican Greeks, you got black Greeks, you got.
But
we got
for
all
me,
of
that
them.
was like an inverse of
Greek.
that was like an inverse of that Romeo and Juliet movie, where it's like modern, setting, classic dialogue. This was
put down your swords and they have guns.
Imagery and like modern dialogue, and
that was like, part of the joke. The put down your swords with the gun. That was part. It was like tongue in cheek.
Exactly.
With
and the thing is,
it's
though,
okay,
with
guys,
that movie,
we don't have to pretend we liked Hamilton here, okay?
with that movie though, like with the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet, like
there's nothing like it today. Like it's fresh.
But you still had like they didn't change the text at all. So you had that going for it, whereas this changes fucking everything.
Dude,
I think I think Matt had a good point with the cultural being harmonious. So like the Odyssey, homogenous. The story of the Odyssey is actually like has a lot of like colonization themes in it, because when it was written, the Greeks were colonizing a lot of the Mediterranean. You got like Sicily and like up in Ukraine and everything. And so like a lot of the part of the Odyssey about like going to foreign places and meeting monsters and barbarians and strange things like the lotus flower and all this stuff. This is all like to do with, going to foreign lands and colonizing them and meeting things you're not ready to face,
that
right?
Doesn't sound,
we went to Africa and there was nothing but animals there. Animals, I tell you.
Well, you can
animals.
Well, you can compare it to like Star Trek and how like a lot of the Star Trek story was obviously a lot about like the Cold War and the USSR and like, you know, the fear of Armageddon and all that stuff. Like a lot of the storylines in Star Trek were like that. The Odyssey is the same, where it's like there's these cultural fears in it. But so it takes away from that message when you have all the Greek people looking different, because it's not the same people. It's all these different people coming together and colonizing new land. I guess
sometimes works with certain, so like it works with Roman stuff because Rome absorbed a lot of cultures.
Sure.
So people were moving around a lot. You know, you would get people from Northern Africa that were now located in Italy because that's what they were doing. Greece was way more homogenous because of the isolation problems. It was the technology was still, I mean, obviously it's grown insane, but by the time Rome came around, ships were way better, and traveling with people was way better than early Greece.
Well,
How often do you guys think about the Roman Empire?
I thought about it 5 times in the last hour, so I'm actually ahead of the curve.
No, but I don't like this argument like, oh, they didn't use any Greek people in it. So
I don't either.
Fucking cares. It's like who's Greek that's a famous actor that's gonna like draw people in?
John Stamos. Fucking.
That's a weak ass argument.
I feel like you could just get people who you could get a lot of Latin people who look Greek. You could get a lot of like Italian,
and to be fair,
Spanish
a lot of
people.
the
true.
A lot of the
Portuguese.
extras in this movie definitely looked Greek, not so much the main cast, but But as far as like I guarantee you, if this movie was Chris Nolan's Odyssey, an entire Greek cast of a bunch of nobodies you've never heard of, some people would still complain about that. You know, there's just you can't
that's
please
also
everybody.
That's also what kind of makes it annoying though, because it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna be fucking diverse and all this shit, but you still have Matt Damon as the star because you know that like the audience wants to see that the white actor that they know. You know what I mean? So it's okay to have him.
This movie had a lot of different kinds of Greeks. It had white
honestly,
Greeks, black Greeks, Indian Greeks, Puerto Rican Greeks,
Asian Greeks,
Russian Greeks.
But to be fair,
East Indian bitches, West Indian.
Someone was saying it was like multiculturalism. It's like, no, it's more multiracialism because all these ethnic-looking Greeks still act. It's not like the Indian dude was like shitting in the street and eating gutter oil and stuff. He wasn't like acting like an Indian. He was just an Indian guy.
Is pretty diverse.
There was,
by the way,
Carthage, whatever. The Ethiopians are all black. It all it's a diaspora of like a whole bunch of shit. So I guess I didn't really mind that too much.
I just want to bring.
I found it kind of funny to have John Leguizamo in there as a Puerto Rican.
I just want to bring this up. Imagine a Greek seeing a giraffe for the first time. Has anybody ever? So I hope I'm not the only one who's ever seen the horrible taxidermy of a lion done in Sweden. Yeah. Has anybody ever seen that? I'll find it. So basically, it was a king. It was a king, and he had a lion, and it died because it was a fucking animal, and that's what happens a lot of times with them, especially when you remove them from their native lands. And he brought in his taxidermist, and the guy had never seen a lion, so he made. I'll find it. He made the most ridiculous looking thing.
Imagine those ancient Spanish conquistadors going to the jungles. Like they called when they went to the New World, they called it the Green Hell because it was this loud, humid, like assault on all senses, mosquitoes and animals, and it's just like shouting at you nonstop. It's terrifying.
I'll go back to I want to defend Troy for a second, not that much, but just because you brought up the point.
I just pulled it up. This is the greatest. I'm gonna get pictures. Hold on. Keep going.
Okay, we're talking about like the racial casting, people like comparing Troy to the Odyssey. You don't mind when Troy's casting white people, but it's actually like Greek people back in that era were actually a lot more white and like they had blonde hair and everything.
Yep.
So, like Helena Troy's described to have, I think, red or blonde hair.
Yep.
It's like you can cast white people in this
role. It does
work, and it works because
but also,
they were more white.
When we talk about this, like needing to be historically or because the Odyssey isn't real, historical or lore accurate stories.
Depends. I want to interrupt you. Just because you said it's not real, true. This is mythology. However, Christopher Nolan directly pulls in real history with talking about the Sea People and the Bronze Age, so it actually becomes real history. So I just want to.
What I was going to ask was like, what is, because like Troy is also historically and lore inaccurate as well, right? I mean,
Well,
the hell is that?
That looks like
Oh
a
my
cartoon.
Lord.
That's
What did
it's
he do?
it's
What did he do,
the
mate?
it was the Lion of Gripsholm.
poor fella.
This is
Well,
this is what the fuck happened.
I'm gonna have
Right.
that.
I
It
don't know
depends
how
on-
he made that. Yeah.
It depends though. I do think that it's a weak argument also when people bring up it's not historically accurate. I think that's a shitty argument too,
Same.
because
Yeah,
those
the
same
armor
people-
made me hate the movie.
those same
Yeah.
people enjoy Braveheart, and I love
and
that movie.
Excalibur. Excalibur
Exactly,
also.
and none of
Yeah.
that shit is accurate whatsoever.
I love
I don't care about-
Braveheart.
I don't care about that. Like, I don't. If you want to take a stylistic approach, I'm sure that like back in the days of 300, it didn't look like Zack Snyder's massively
I
stylistic
love
film.
300.
I love that movie too. I don't care. That's not the problem. The problem is like when the design is like stripped of any like the fantastical elements are taken out, and it's just injected with modern bullshit. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do think that's a weak argument when people say, "Oh, it's not historically accurate."
Absolutely, and I'm glad we agree on that. I do. To be fair, back to my big booty, big titted black supermodel girlfriend I was dating, who kept the house at 80 degrees. I showed her Braveheart for the first time, and dude, she loved that movie. When they
great
killed
movie.
his wife, she was hooked. She was sold. You know what I mean? Like, that's a movie that just like, it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is. She was like a fucking model from New York. You know what I mean? She said hot dog and coffee, and she liked Nickelback. Yeah, she's a normie. And yeah, she had never seen Braveheart. That movie blew her away.
Well,
you
but
know?
yeah, but like you just bring that up, that movie still resonated with her, and
Right.
like
I
my
agree.
problem, I think my problem ultimately with the Odyssey is the original themes that are in the book, what the story's actually about. Those are timeless themes that no matter where you are in time, we can all get behind. And like they're just human story elements that we all can be inspired by. But he sort of ditched all that shit in lieu of modern day thing like PTSD, trauma, all these bullshit things that are like modern ideas of like what are good thematic material,
And I
so
think
that's what bothers me.
I think it's like what you guys were saying earlier. Like, we want uplifting stories, and like I think if you watch the Odyssey, like isolated, like as this anti-war deconstructionist, like I think you could like it. But the problem is we've been getting nothing
Yes.
but that for like the past 6 to 10 years. So I understand the fatigue.
Yeah, I think the idea of the PTSD reveal of I like kind of like the idea that he's scarred by the events in Troy, because I think it's hard
why
to
Athena's ugly.
Yes.
I think it's kind of hard to sell the sacking of a city to a modern audience, and be like, oh, this was a good thing, it's the sacking of Troy.
Yeah, I
That's-
mean,
that's
that
why
would be
you-
insane if this movie was like pro.
But that's what you do. You set it up that he's like an asshole in the very beginning.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
like-
the problem is everything else surrounding the idea makes him this giant piece of shit, and he's and also just characterless. Like, I find like Odysseus in the movie is just not Odysseus from the books at all.
He's like, oh, when he's talking to Penelope at the end, he feels guilty for creating the Trojan horse idea and all that. And it's like, motherfucker, what did you think was going to happen?
I
Like,
took advantage
you're
of
gonna pickle
Zeus's law.
None of this is a surprise. Like, what?
No,
this
that's
is so fucking
Goodwin-
stupid. And
And
he,
he
like,
brings up The Return, which is a
As-
good movie.
as Troy is burning, he's got this like dumb liberal look on his face. Like he's like fucking like just being traumatized as it's happening. Dude, you fucking pussy.
A really good movie on PTSD that came out last year was my dead friend Zoe. I don't know if anybody caught that.
I did not see that.
No.
It was very, very good depiction
I'll
of
have to check it
PTSD.
out.
Yeah, that Indian dude was in a really neat movie a couple years back called The Assessment, and it was him and Alicia Vikander and Elizabeth Olsen, and it's like an anti-natalist movie that's like sci-fi dystopian, and it's one of those movies that's like I think set out to be woke and accidentally ended up being based, kind of like Ken in the Barbie movie. But that was a crazy movie, and he's really good in that one. I would recommend watching that, even if
I take this opportunity. I got to head off, guys. Sorry to ditch, but I got to head off. You guys enjoy yourselves. Thanks for having me on. Sorry, Dark Hour. I gotta
no, don't worry
get out
about
of here.
I'll catch you later. Now there's 6.
Yeah, and the return was also good. There's no gods in that one, and it's only like the third act of the movie. But damn, that was cool, you know. And Ray Fiennes got all jacked and shit.
I'm glad you bring that up because this is a good example of like taking the same material and so there's the scene in both films where he runs into Argus, the dog.
Yeah,
that scene in the Ray Fiennes film is handled so beautifully, you know. He sees the dog and like it's a good moment, but the way Nolan handles these moments, it's just like, okay, Matt Damon, talk. Okay, cool. I'm gonna cut to the dog now, and then we're moving on. The issue is
he doesn't let any scenes really breathe. And I thought the scene was handled. I thought the scene they were both done well. I thought, like for instance, in the Ray Fiennes version, the dog dies. It's like a kind of computery looking reverse shot.
That doesn't look good, but what leads up to it is good.
Yes. And what I liked about, dude, what's funny about the Odyssey is like, you know, I saw it at a theater with people and like, you know, fucking 100 people are murdered. No big deal. The dog dies. I could hear all the sniffling in the theater, you know? And the way that.
Have you ever owned a dog?
Yeah, of course. And I had to put down a dog the same way. It was sad, you know? I mean, you know, we've all been there. You measure your life in the pets you had,
website called Does the Dog Die? There's no website that says, does the human die in the movie?
Listen, it's easier to connect with a dog than a person, all right? People can be bad.
With the Odyssey, I thought, it's like, did they actually get a really old dog and like film it dying? Like, I don't really know. Because it looked pretty real, you know?
We gotta go for
and then I did like
no
the whole, I did like the reveal afterwards where he tells the kid, like, you know, bury him up on the cliff. And that's when he realizes, oh, you're my father. And he says, no, I'm not, just a beggar. Like, I like that stuff. I thought it was cool.
It could have just been better. Like it's like the kernels are there, but it's just not. He didn't take it home.
It's good with a lot of nitpicks. Kind of like my review said, masterpiece asterisk. Genius.
Maybe I was just really high watching all these movies, and you know that's the problem. But I realized like there isn't an Odyssey movie that I dislike. Maybe I just really love the story in general. You know.
Yeah, you like good storytelling.
Because like I said, I watched the boring 4-hour Italian one, which is the most accurate, and like I said, I wouldn't watch it again, but I would recommend it to other people.
The one like Nolan.
I was recommended this one. I think it's from the 90s, and it's still on
Armand Desante. Yeah, that one's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Armand Desante.
Fucking Vanessa Williams as Calypso is so fine.
Banging, yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
It's almost like she won, you know, Miss America.
I know.
You know.
The one Nolanism that actually did work in this movie is the anachronism, like his fucking with the timeline. How Homer actually wrote the book.
He refuses nonlinear storytelling, which is why I like the Batman movies are probably the most mainstream of his, because they're fucking told in a somewhat straight
Batman
line.
Begins isn't though. Batman Begins is actually fragmented, but it works really well in that movie.
Yeah. And I mean, like Zendaya, like I don't hate Zendaya. I don't love her.
She can't fucking emote to save.
But that's why he cast her, because she's got that dumb look on her face.
But Athena,
I imagine it's because Tom Holland told him.
Zendaya is like the anti-wisdom.
Yeah.
She looks dumb.
Tom Holland was like, "Hey, listen, you can pay $8 million. It's okay. Just show up for like 5 minutes. It'll be fine. You know, $18 million between the both of us, it'll be great."
Yeah, I get to go to Morocco and Greece. Cool. Yeah, I'll be there.
I don't know, man. That chick. I don't have anything against her personally. She just can't act. She can't do her job well.
She can cry on command if you watch Euphoria, which I haven't, but I hear she can really act like a strung-out drug addict really well.
I've watched multiple interviews. She seems lovely, but she can't act.
Well, and they want us to pretend like she's hot.
Well, she has looked there. She has been dolled up in some, like there was like a movie promo for like Dune where her and Timothée Chalamet take a woman into the theater.
Person can look better with makeup. It's you know, that just
makeup and a nice dress.
Anybody can look better with makeup.
It's Rose Tico, Kelly Marie Tran. It's like lovely Asian woman with big breasts, but they make her look like a fucking potato sack.
Yeah, she
actually can be. Kelly Marie Tran, actually, there were scenes we were seeing her in the red carpet in those early Star Wars Disney days, and we're like, she's looking pretty good, actually. Why? That's not the same woman, is it? It is. They just purposely
we were all
these,
just
make
really
these women look
racist. We
plain.
were all of us were racist and just assumed all Asians looked the same. They put out a better looking.
You get the casting director of the CW in and just get cast hot people again.
Have Michael Bay do it.
That?
Bring
Yeah,
Weinstein
Michael
back.
Bay. Yeah.
Michael Bay, I don't know how he
that.
does
I
it.
knew it. I was waiting for it.
He'll just find like the most random, like super hot chick. Like just she'll play like a secondary character in the film, but like I don't know. So where do you find these chicks, man?
Bro, if Ellen Page hadn't transitioned, she could have played Athena, right?
Yeah, she could have.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard what Maya Hawke had to say? How they cast people based on like Instagram followers and their amounts
Ethan
and
Hawke's
how-
daughter.
Yeah, and she kind of like revealed that, and I think that's like actors like Zendaya, like she does some probably commercials for like fashions or perfumes and whatnot, and that's kind of what they cast them for, to get new audiences, to kind of make it sparkly.
Perfect.
Okay, they don't
Rachel
have much
Zegler.
range as an actor, but yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, perfect example is Rachel Zegler. I mean, Steven Spielberg cast her because what, social media following? Like, I'm pretty sure she was.
She was
like,
I think she was a musical star because like West Side Story.
Well, she has a
remake,
really. So the one thing you can give Rachel Zegler, she could sing her ass off.
I actually,
she got a nice ass too.
I have a
bottom.
hot take about her. I actually do think she's talented. She's just a
She's just a
terrible
moron.
person.
She's
Yeah.
she's a
I do
moron,
love
and
that,
she's
where
a
it's
bad
like-
individual. Like,
I really love where there's only a small sect of the population that gives a shit what these artists, actors say on red carpets, you know. But yeah, 20-year-old actress said something stupid on the red carpet. I mean,
Shocker.
I'm never surprised ever.
One news
Girls
out
are
of
dumb.
but the thing is, most people don't give a shit until they say something is said that's just so unspeakably
Directed
stupid and
towards
directed at
them.
people. And well, even it doesn't even just have to be directed towards them. It just people can pick up on negativity, and that this person, like, if you're supposed to be playing, not to jump this so back to last year too much, but if you're playing a character that's supposed to be, you know, the embodiment of like the Disney princess person, that's, you know, everything that's good, and you start being a shithead, people notice it a lot quicker than if you're like an actor who plays assholes. They're just like, oh, he's in character.
Dude, actors that
Like,
play assholes are almost always like really nice guys. Like Red Foreman, Kurtwood Smith, he's super cool. Brian Thompson, he's a fucking nice ass guy. You know, all these dudes are just,
William Dafoe.
You know,
Willem Dafoe.
I would love to party with that guy.
He should be
He
called
recently
Willem
said-
Defriend, because that's how what I feel he is.
I remember him like saying in an interview, like, he loves playing villains because, and he enjoys it so much because a part of him, he's really nice in real life, and playing these characters kind of gives him like escapism, you know, in a certain sense. You know, he can
outlet.
finally explore what it is to be an asshole.
Yeah.
So
Playing a villain
Kinda
is
free.
always great for actors. Also, Dee Wallace said she loves doing horror movies, like, you know, The Howling and all that stuff, because she gets a lot of range in those horror movies, even if they're silly. Actors love actor roles, you know, and they like working with directors that are like Steve Spielberg, you know, he's an actor's director. Like, I don't think Nolan is so much.
No, I mean he's famous for not really giving too much direction, you know. So yeah.
It's not Martin Scorsese.
No.
Yeah. Scorsese's got a great way to like reverse psychology shit out of actors that they didn't even think about, you know?
Well, I
treat
mean,
them like props.
my favorite will always be James Cameron, just basically putting all of his actors in horrible scenarios that almost get them killed.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but you're so that way he gets the real terror because they're actually afraid they're going to die.
The
That's
Abyss.
the best. The Abyss, specifically.
The Abyss.
Yeah.
But almost every movie that Cameron's ever done, there was some person that was near death. It's insane.
Well, every director has that one movie that they did that like drove him to the brink. You know, you got Sorcerer with William Friedkin. You've got Apocalypse Now with Francis Ford Coppola.
Twilight
That
Zone, the
pretty
movie
much
with John
ended
Landis.
Francis Ford Coppola's brain. Like,
The Abyss with James Cameron.
Twilight Zone, John
Spielberg
Landis.
was Jaws, you know, filming out on the open ocean. That was a
Psycho.
nightmare.
Psycho, the director threw cold water
Alfred Hitchcock.
on the actors.
The Shining.
Yeah, a movie that's like a grueling, tough experience, And I think that's what Chris Nolan was trying to do with this movie, The Odyssey. Like, it's gonna be hard.
This might show you guys, but I haven't seen The Shining, and there's one particular scene I can't remember.
He's like, look at him. He's like 12. I mean,
classic.
25.
Hey, that was 25
a penciled on beard. He goes, okay, now I look older.
So like I can see like the actress was like in such torment recording that scene.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall like went insane on that movie set
at the stairs, and it's just so mortifying because I can tell like the actress themselves.
Oh, Kubrick treated her like shit.
Just terrified. Yeah. It just puts me off watching it in a certain sense. So
that's what I want. Look, you're getting paid a lot of money to pretend to be something. I'd prefer you're authentically completely insane at the end of it.
Dude, Stanley Kubrick, guy was a genius. You hear him talk about actors. He's like, well, why did I do 100 takes? First of all, I didn't do 100 takes. All right. I did 40 takes and the actress just being a crybaby. But yeah, I did 40 takes because that's how many takes it took for the actor to do it right. Like, that's basically what he says.
Yeah,
He's
Kubrick
so
was
brutal.
the master of breaking a person's spirit.
I know. He doesn't give a shit. And Stanley Kubrick's another crazy guy because like what he does is he works in secrecy. Like he talks to all of his heads of departments like privately, and it's like who was it building a time machine or something? It's like Steve Jobs. Like the people that are in the departments don't know what the all-encompassing vision actually is. They're just being told what to do for their department, and Stanley Kubrick has it all up his sleeve, and it's just a weird way to work, Like only he knows the true meaning of the movie. Same with Lynch, but David Lynch was easier to get along with. You guys know Shang Tsung? The first actor, Kerry whatever. Yeah. So he's always like, I'm Shang Tsung. But if you ever, we found out that he's like a recurring villain in Baywatch. And I swear to God, you hear him talk for real. He's like, "Oh, I just love working for these movies. It's amazing." And being David Hasselhoff, you're like, Jesus, that's him for real, And that's back to my whole thing about how like guys who excel in playing villains.
Yeah, he died. He died last year.
Yeah,
I knew he died relatively recently in the greater scheme of things.
Yeah, I was listening to Shang Tsung talk in interviews, and I was like, "Is he gay?" Like, I mean, I don't care if he is, but he sounds like a gay man.
I liked him a lot as the villain in Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren.
Rising
dope.
Sun when he's like fucking with those naked bitches. I remember seeing that when I was 10. I was like, "Whoa."
He was on the Man in the High Castle. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude. He's also in Vampires. He's one of the Vampire Slayer with John Carpenter.
Wait, he is?
He had a beard. He has a beard, and that's why you don't recognize him.
Like in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, he's one of the early Slayers. Yeah, I think he gets killed in the hotel. Yeah,
that movie is underrated.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So, does anybody have anything else they would like to say about the Odyssey?
Yeah, I will. Not about the Odyssey per se.
Once I find good seats in IMAX.
Let me just put it this way. This is something I connected with recently, but like there are people that are Siskel's, like me and blue collar, and we tend to like more movies than most. And then there are people that are Eberts, like our buddies Gord King and Vex Electronica. They're a little harder to please. Then you got dudes like Gord Goodwin, who's like a Pauline Kael, but we'll talk about that later. But the point is, Siskel and Ebert disagreed a lot. And they would try to understand each other, but they would never try to like persuade each other to change their minds. And if that happened, I'm sure it happened rarely. And I don't know about any instances where, Ebert was like, actually, after talking to my buddy Siskel, I'm going to change my opinion and I'm giving it a thumbs up. I don't think that ever happened. So this whole like, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, and you get bombarded with these like debate me bros. I'm not here to debate you on why I liked a movie. I liked it.
I mean,
that simple.
They did debate on Cop and a Half. If you know that, they went hard on that, and I love it.
Look, all you have to do is I like the stunk. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not everything needs a debate.
They are just movies in the very grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, and I like arguing. I'm not going to try to change anyone's opinion either. I just I enjoy arguing, and if people like it, I don't care.
It's all done with love.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but you know, I admit that there are a ton of issues with it, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, listen, this is the greatest movie of all time, or this is the worst movie of all time.
Right.
No, I enjoyed it. It's got some issues, but you know, for me personally, it worked. But on
What
repeat
movie
viewing,
doesn't have issues?
it just did not hold up on repeat viewing.
Would it hold up for you guys like better than something like what's the worst stinker? It's probably Tenet. Would it be? Is it better than Tenet?
Tenet's a masterpiece. What are you talking about?
It's better than Tenet.
It's
my
better than
gosh,
Tenet.
The opening, I could not hear shit in my cinema when I was.
Tenet fucking sucks.
It
Tenet looks
sucks.
awesome. I still
Cool
stand
idea,
by that
but,
masterpiece.
This was just sent to me.
Wait a minute.
Hey, this is.
That's the crossover we all need. We need.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and like I said, 10 out of 10. If you're giving it a 10 out of 10, I would say you're probably a fan of the MCU and need to watch more movies. And like I said, if you're giving it like a 4, but a 3 to an 8, you know, I could believe that. But if you're like, I saw so many reviews in Metacritic that are like 0 stars. The cast is woke.
That's bullshit. Yeah, that's
I mean,
bullshit.
I'm like, relax.
Yeah,
That's
no.
like me trying to say Supergirl was objectively a terrific movie. You trying to say The Odyssey is objectively a terrible movie. I think we need to go back to more subjective. Like I say, when I talk about a movie, I say I feel, I think, I believe. I try not to talk about these movies in, you know, objective terms.
I think partly why the Odyssey has been like a lot of discussion has been surrounding around it is because there's some people involved that don't necessarily have an interest in stories per se, but look at it from more of a historical point of view. Like I've seen like these like AI videos of what if they had like historical armor on. Oh, this is the way that it should be, and blah 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 blah. But they don't really have this kind of mindset of story structure or storytelling per se. They just watch out for the history parts, and when they see also the casting, and it's just, you know, adding fuel to the fire to the conversation. Oh, should it be like this or should it be like that? And in the end, you lose sight of what we're supposed to judge in this film. So I think that's
Storytelling,
why there's a lot of-
characters, everything that makes movies great.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the MCU, by the way, Stupendous brought it up. Do you guys want to watch the trailer for Doomsday and talk about it?
Oh, I've got a lot to say about this. All right.
Oh,
yeah,
I haven't-
more than Nazi.
So I haven't used StreamYard in a while, so let's see if I can get this so that way we can be
Yeah,
on
you can
screen.
get it to work. One thing I will say
Yeah, hold
about Doomsday, they're calling.
Something's coming.
Okay, hold on.
I was gonna
Why did
say
it not-
we're gonna get hit.
No, why didn't it put it in the box here? It's weird.
You have to put it in as like its own.
Yeah, I guess I gotta put it in as its own file. I can do that here. Hold on.
Share your screen on YouTube.
No, I have it. I have the file here. Hold on. Just keep talking. I guess it's yeah.
I was gonna say with Doomsday, they're calling it. Like Barbenheimer.
There we go.
Was
That's
actually
It was
kind of
natural.
fun. So the thing that was
Because-
fun about Barbenheimer was those movies were like polar opposites with
Yes.
like fucking polar opposite audiences, and both audiences seem satisfied with what they got, right? Whereas Doomsday is like, this is kind of
doesn't work
more
on the same level.
overlap,
Yeah.
and
It
it's
doesn't,
less
yeah.
impressive. And obviously I'd rather see Dune than Doomsday.
Barbenheimer was
Uh,
actually like a natural like virality. This is
Yeah,
just
it was hilarious. This is
forcing it.
forced. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer was hilarious, dude. I had all these thumbnails of like pink
Yeah.
mushroom clouds and shit for YouTube.
You've
and
got
stuff.
this
It's
guy
hilarious.
saying, "I have become deaf," and then you have Barbie just like, "Ah, I'm in my pink
Yeah.
cloud." So it's kind of
Right,
funny.
so I'll play it in like 10-second increments, and then we'll go from here. I lowered it, so hopefully.
Now, apparently, this is Robert Downey Jr. talking as Dr. Doom. I didn't even make that connection the first time I saw this.
of course, I have to do this whole stupid thing where I stop it every fucking 10 seconds. Okay, so obviously.
Old
I mean, it's gonna
Patrick Stewart.
Well, that's him dying right there for the
Again,
17th time as
fourth time, fifth time.
6th time or something like that. It's been a long time.
May not be able to deter
It's how I feel about like remember when they used to wheel Stan Lee's like fucking barely alive bodies
yes.
at
I
Comic Cons? It's the
unfortunately
same
met him
thing.
multiple times.
It's the same
that
thing with
way.
Patrick Stewart. Let the man rest. Bring back
So
James
Patrick
McAvoy.
Stewart's worst.
Yeah, they should bring back the younger actors, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
So
Like-
the thing that the curse that was for Patrick Stewart is he still pretty much looks exactly the same as when he was in all of these roles. He, you know, you can tell he's older, but he aged so little between them.
I would say it's
that-
his voice though.
Yeah,
Like,
the voice,
it's
yeah,
his
he
voice,
definitely
yeah.
sounds older. He doesn't have that gravitas he had when he was Picard, you know, back in the day. So and obviously the original X-Men movies, but he doesn't look much older. So it's
Before this day is done, we should be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I mean,
at least this
we
looks better than
probably-
the shitty costume they had him
Yeah.
stand on stage.
This
in.
is probably going to be the most comic accurate Doom we've gotten, and you know, I'm here for that. I want more. He's like a technomancer, right? He's like technology
so he's both.
and
Yeah,
science and wizardry, magic.
He's the second in line for Sorcerer Supreme most of his run, most of the time he's been around. But yes, he's also technology. He mixes technology and magic.
He was the inspiration for Darth Vader.
Right.
He inspired that.
Yeah, this is my first time watching this, by the way. I always save it for.
Now that
So
that is
let's
the
see.
one.
So now they got the JP Morgan building right, but where the hell's the MetLife building? I guess they threw in.
So where is
the
where are
Avengers
you,
trailer.
Paul? Where are you?
Can
you point out where you are right in this? Like while this was being filmed, are you?
Yeah, I mean,
if we zoom in on a specific window, will we see you like getting out of the shower? Do I need to?
Hey, you got a
censor anything?
cameo.
probably because at the very right edge, I think I see my building, but I'm not gonna say which fucking building it is because I don't want to get
You got me. It's the one on the right. It's the one. It's the
Well,
one.
it's one of
the
the
one
ones
building
on
on
the
the right.
not the tall
I've
one.
fought with many warriors in my time.
I love how I've fought with many warriors in my time, and this is the first thing they show. Right there, the least warrior fucking person.
So,
you
how are we
possibly
feeling
could.
about Pedro? How are we feeling about him?
I mean, I've made my feelings on Pedro Pascal very evident. Go watch my review of Fantastic Four, and that's all you need.
If you like Pedro Pascal or if you hate Pedro Pascal, I recommend you watch the movie Eddington. He's funny in that movie, and he gets brutally murdered. It's hilarious.
I mean, it's just Hollywood trying to make him a thing.
I know.
I mean,
That's the thing
well,
about
here's the
Zendaya
thing
and
is-
Pedro. It's like they feel forced, you know?
Yeah,
But the thing, if Hollywood forces somebody into a bunch of roles, they just are a thing. It's whether or not people actually enjoy the thing is irrelevant. He's getting paid and showing up.
well,
Yeah, and
Uncharted
above
review,
all,
Pedro.
I think the main thing is he's probably easy to work with. People probably just like him behind the set, you know?
Yeah, he's not a douche.
He's
Although
shows
he
up.
did, like I don't know.
Paul
get
Rudd is
creepy
starting to
with,
look a little
Vanessa
older. I'm not
Kirby.
gonna lie. I thought he was immortal.
Yeah, Pedro has been weird with his female co-stars for sure, but you know
That's
he's a
really
gay-
what bothers me the most is that he gets this weird pass for being
He's
a
gay
creep.
best friend, you know.
Yeah.
Far stronger than all of us put together, and they died.
That's what the new Avengers on the left there.
Hold on.
The new Avengers.
That was
Fantastic Four
No
and
more.
the old Avengers.
So that's the new
Who's-
Avengers. Yeah, the Fantastic
who's the
Four. and
guy
then
with
the Legacy Avengers are there too.
Who's the guy with the pants that say the word "new"?
Oh,
that's
that's Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Yeah.
David
the
Harbour.
Russian
who-
Captain
who are the
America that they
two-
seemingly never mentioned.
Who are the
One
two
thing-
up front in that group?
The two up front. That's
I didn't watch
Ghost.
Thunderbolts either.
That's
can't-
Ghost and hold on.
Is that it's
Isn't Ghost
oh,
dead?
That's Ghost
Oh, no, that was
and
Taskmaster.
the
Taskmaster?
that's-
Yeah, that's Ghost. I
that's
can't.
Bucky. Ghost and Bucky.
Okay.
It's just a really bad angle, and then
Yeah.
this is not doing any favors for what's her face, the short one.
Elena.
Oh, Florence Pew Pew.
No, the actress's name,
Florence,
the actual
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence
I
Pugh.
knew that it was Helena,
Pew
but
Pew.
Together, and they died.
By the way, in that group shot, there's evidently
I'll go
someone
back.
missing there.
Sentry.
There's definitely someone in the middle there. I would be willing to bet on it. Maybe it might.
Oh
be
yeah, there's
Doom
definitely somebody
even
that's been
discussing
Removed
the plan.
digitally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
God damn it,
willing to
get that
bet.
child off the set. She really
no.
is impressively short. Like she's
Now-
almost as short as Ellen Page.
Something I will give this movie props for if it does this, like Wonder Man was cool because I didn't need to do homework to watch it. This movie, if I don't need to have watched the last couple phases of bullshit and I can still
Okay,
understand what's
so-
going on,
No,
I'll
I
be
think
happy.
it's going to be worse. I think
Yeah, you're right,
A
you're
lot
right.
more shit.
Right.
I know.
So the
I'm
Russos
afraid.
have said multiple things on that front about homework, both of which are contradicting each other. They said you only need to watch Endgame to watch this. So the past 6 years of movies then were unnecessary. Is that what you're
So
saying?
if you,
And then
did,
he
if you
mentioned
only
some-
watched Endgame, you have no clue who. I mean, outside of general,
Anybody is.
general knowledge, you have no idea who.
Red Guardian is.
2, 3, 4,
US
5,
agent,
6,
yeah.
7, 8 of the 10 people in this shot are.
Well, also, let's say you only watched
11
Endgame
people.
and none of the stuff before it. That Endgame's hardly even a movie. Like you can.
So I keep forgetting.
same
I
thing
keep
with,
forgetting that
same thing with
Bucky's behind
Infinity
over there,
War.
so-
I think in September they're re-releasing Endgame in cinemas with additional scenes.
Shh, I ain't falling
Yeah,
for that
Avengers
shit.
on Endgame Encore or whatever it's
I-
called.
I fell
I
for
ain't
that
doing
with
that.
Spider-Man No Way Home with the additional scenes, and there was barely anything in there. So.
Captain Marvel. yeah.
Well, yeah, but here's a great.
Yeah.
And how many movies do you need to see to watch Endgame? So therefore, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dozens.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
one nitpick: Florence Pugh Pugh is actually 3 inches taller than Ellen Page.
Well, the thing is, they
It's
also
like
put her.
crazy.
They put her in the back of the shot.
Yeah,
They should have flip flopped her with where Red Guardian is.
yeah.
To make her look at least slightly taller. This is horrible blocking, is basically what I'm saying.
yeah. And yeah, like I said, that was the thing I did like about. I did watch Wonder Man, and I liked it.
I watched
And
half
it was
of
a
Wonder
movie-
Man and lost complete interest in the whole fucking
It
thing.
was a movie about movies, or a show, I guess, a miniseries
Wonder
about
Man?
movies. I like movies, but what I liked about it was, like I said, I only needed to watch Iron Man 3 to understand it, and I appreciated that.
What the hell is
Thank you,
Wonder Man?
Marvel.
Wonder Man was
The
it
black
was
dude
in
who's
that,
an actor and he's a superhero, and
He
you know, it
isn't
was
black
kind of a-
originally.
no,
yeah,
he's not.
I know,
But,
I know, I know.
but
But like I said,
the
I enjoyed it. I was
The
surprised by
thing
it.
about Wonder
pleasantly.
Man was it was in what do they call that? Where it was the self-contained stories
Yeah.
that they were
Disney
doing.
Plus?
Yeah,
No, well, it was the Matt. Help me out. You know the name of it because we talked about this.
yeah, and I've ignored
Unmute
most
yourself.
of the Marvel stuff after Endgame.
Wait, what?
What
are you
was
talking-
what was it?
Marvel-
The Marvel, like when Marvel would
Spotlight
make
or something?
Spotlight. That's it. The Marvel Spotlights.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was just by halfway through, I had lost interest completely. It was, But anyway, let's get a little further into the trailer.
Us put together, and they died. They
No
died
more.
facing
Namor, whatever you pronounce that.
enemies and threats that scared me far less.
Yeah, it's very much a so this trailer, the thing that they're doing is they're making sure they show you every single fucking person.
I don't know about that because the Endgame trailer, showed us hardly anything.
Well-
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of bullshit that they're not showing. But the problem with this trailer is it feels like a white flag. Like it's just defeated. Like, hey, sorry you didn't like the other stuff. Here's more of Endgame we did 10 years ago, basically. Please come watch that.
It's Black
Died
Puma.
facing
I just want them to one time use this character's real fucking name on screen. Just
White
one
Ape?
time.
Baku?
No, ape. It's Man Ape. Man Ape is this
I
character.
thought it was White Ape.
No, it's Man Ape.
Okay.
Fuck off, really?
He's the White Ape clan, but he's Man Ape.
Ah, okay.
They're never gonna do that.
They're both bad.
They're equally terrible, and I love the fact that they can't do it. I would love to see them dance around that shit for an hour. in the
I'm
movie.
pretty sure. Like
Every time he
in-
goes to say his name, they just cut him off in some comedic '90s style.
enemies.
there was like a. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
There's
it's
like
okay.
a-
You can talk. I'll just make it quiet for now because this is where we got to anyway. So
Yeah, there was like a Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers show, and I'm pretty sure they called him like White Ape there. So they probably danced around his actual name rather than calling him Man Ape. So They probably just shoot the
I'm being
bullet.
racist. It's actually Monope. It's Monope.
But this trailer does feel like it's like, hey, you guys remember Infinity War? Let's do that again, but on a multiversal scale, rather than be like, okay, what is the story about?
I can tell you exactly what this is. So we're about a little over 2/3 into this, right? The entirety, and I've known this about Doomsday pretty much from day one. This is remnants of the story that they wanted to tell with Kang the Conqueror. That's all it is.
Sure.
Well, this trailer's also proof that leaked footage from a while back was 100% accurate.
I mean, I didn't think it wasn't. You know.
Also, I saw a great meme that was like, "What does Marvel have? What does the MCU have against staircases?" And it was just a supercut of all these stairways being destroyed. And I never thought of that, but it's funny.
Yeah,
one of the
just
things,
a stylistic choice.
One of the things,
I'm not gonna lie. This costume, I saw a picture of this. Looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Deadpool
They took a
movies
costume that a lot of people say looks kind of silly, and they were able to make it look good.
The Deadpool movies were proof that you can do. All 3 Deadpool movies show like comic accurate costumes work, and this is why
speaking
Doom.
of Deadpool,
hold on.
See, look at this.
Oh, cool.
Oop, hold on, let me make that big. Oop, there we go.
That is awesome.
Unlike Superman, because Superman needs the red trunks because it breaks up the solid blue suit.
No,
yes, it does.
No, he
does.
I agree. I agree.
I'm a Trunks man. I'm a Trunks man.
No, the trunks are important.
And if you are going to do the
trunks,
the
solid blue.
if you are going to do the trunks, don't make it look like a fucking diaper. They need to shrink it down.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
want like it's got to be a Speedo. It's got to be like a red Speedo.
The Man of
Here,
Steel
you do
suit
not
is the
need the
best.
yellow. You do not need the yellow trunks here because he's already got the belt and the vest and the leg braces. And like I said, it breaks up the solid blue, so it looks okay.
Nah,
but with Superman, you do need something to break up that blue.
Wasn't the X usually on one side of it? Like,
yeah, it was more off to the side. I think that they probably tried to make it a little bit more realistic. That would be a weird setup on a person's body.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's a belt basically. So it would always, if it's not down the center, it's going to move to the center eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with them.
Speaking of Deadpool 4 has been announced by Ryan Reynolds. He said that there's no writer or director, but he's like, hey, listen, Deadpool 4 is happening, guys, because
was there a writer for the previous movie? Because I'm pretty certain that was just them doing random quips.
It's like throwing shit at the table, and Kevin Feige gave him the go-ahead.
And I'm just gonna say that I actually enjoyed the movie. I still enjoy it when I rewatch it. That doesn't make it that it was still written like shit though.
Yeah, I just think they did not use Wolverine to his fullest story potential. They just
they didn't use anything to its story.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, no. It's just the dynamic that they were.
That was the closest. That was pretty accurate to how he treats Deadpool though. So that was one good thing.
Yeah, but
he just hates him, but still keeps him around for some reason half the time.
No Way Home, I think that's how you use cameos perfectly. There's like actual payoff with these Spider-Man.
Yeah, but even those payoffs were kind of silly.
In what way?
Well, I mean, okay, maybe not the setup was silly. The reasoning for it even showing up was silly.
I agree with you. Yes.
The only payoff that I actually felt anything for, so maybe silly's not the right word. They just felt like I didn't care about them. The only one that worked for me was Garfield saving MJ. That was the only thing, because it was something, the rest of them all just felt like, okay, cool, that's there. That reminds me of a thing. But, let's go further into this.
Yeah, Gambit. Oh yeah. I don't know.
I do love
man.
Huh?
Channing Tatum works.
He's
good, man. He looks like
he has embraced the role. The thing about it is, because I think that's the most important thing about a comic book character. You really need to embrace it. You can't just show up and be like, I'm doing it because I was cast. Like, you need to really want to be it. Yeah. You need to want to be the character to embody it.
Like, the costumes are cool, but like I'm just like, all right, that's aesthetic wise, it's neat, but like story characters, what's that going to entail?
Yeah. I mean, this whole movie is going to be people shaking their hands for the first hour and a half.
There's just so many people in it that there's not going to be any time to develop anything on screen. That's the big problem.
And I think also a big problem is like, who are these X-Men exactly? They're not from the movies that we saw, like from 1, 2, and 3.
Well,
They're
so
definitely not.
I mean, the joke about Gambit was that he ended up in limbo before he even became a character. That was the joke. Now they're just continuing it for some reason. I don't know why.
Again, it's just Hollywood learning the wrong lessons.
The wrong
from
lessons,
previous
yeah.
successes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise.
Like, I would have been fine if this was a whole new cast of X-Men actors, you know? I don't give a shit.
I wonder
The problem is nobody saw Shang-Chi.
Yeah, well, he's
I
going to
did not.
somehow,
I
for
did
some
not.
reason, I have a feeling right after this fight, he has a whole.
dies.
Well, no, I was going to say he has a whole speech about cultural appropriation and how Channing Tatum shouldn't be
Probably.
doing a Cajun accent because he's not from
Actually,
there.
My name is Shang-Chi, not Shang-Chi.
No, he's going to be like,
Whatever-
you're not from
whatever,
New
Ching
Orleans. You
Chong.
shouldn't speak like that.
Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing.
TVA bullshit again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they really can't get rid of the TVA at
Shaking
this point.
hands.
It's too ingrained.
It is frustrating seeing Fantastic Four meet Black Panther's sister, and not the actual Black
I
Panther.
know,
It's
just
really
recast,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He wanted to
Also-
get recast.
Is the thing supposed to be that small? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Just
It should be
It
bigger.
depends on how he's been drawn over the years. He's not that much taller than he was as a human.
I thought he was just as big as the Hulk.
No, I
In
like the
certain
short thing.
instances,
That's like
he
Jack
is.
Kirby
Yeah.
style. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
Um,
it depends. Like the oversized one that you're thinking of is like the John Byrne era.
right.
That's the one you're probably. But early Thing was not particularly large. Obviously he was bulky, but he wasn't tall.
when it comes to Thing versus the Hulk, like Thing is massive underdog in that situation.
He's always supposed to be the underdog. He's never supposed to have the advantage. He's only beaten him once ever. So he's like, it's basically the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Washington Generals. They've only ever won once.
Put aside your petty squabbles.
Oh, there she
It was
is.
cool.
Well, this was the
I
thing that
have-
everyone's like freaking out over.
I have a
Um,
nitpick with the costume. Why is there?
She has one?
blue- like, no, I'm fine with the costume, but it's like, why is there blue like material there? Shouldn't it be like skin?
Yeah, so that is. I
Yeah.
didn't notice that the
Yeah.
first time I saw this clip. You're right. That actually does
problem.
look like shit. I thought that
Like,
was
it
just her
looks
skin.
terrible. Yeah, exactly. Because I saw it and I was like, this looks weird. And then I see like the little collar area just below the white, and I'm like, what is that?
Oh, it's like a
it's
jacket or something.
Yeah, it's material, and I'm like, why would you need to do that? Why would you paint the costume blue? You might as well make it all white then.
Look, I don't really
Yeah.
care for the comic inaccurate costumes in the X-Men movies, the leather Matrix-inspired bullshit. Except when it comes to, I liked Nightcrawler's cool costume, his trench coat and shit, and I loved Mystique being naked. That was an upgrade.
That was cool.
I did not. I thought it was kind of stupid and the director's choice. I always like the.
Do you
kind of
not like
more
hot naked
benefit.
Rebecca Romaine? What's wrong with you, boy?
No,
on,
it
man.
just made me feel weird when I was watching it with family or anything.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
were
Yeah,
Right.
it makes
Also-
me feel weird, but I was happy about that.
I was a
he
teenager, so I was
he
like, more of
he
this,
was-
please.
He was 4 years old when he was watching it. It was weird.
I know.
Yeah, I was
So
much
was
younger.
I, and I still enjoyed it. What's wrong with you, man?
I
Rebecca
don't like
Romaine.
half naked, like
He's
literally naked
British.
designs.
He's very stuck up about sexuality stuff. He's
Yes,
oh my
yeah,
gosh, you
right.
damn Brits.
no,
he's
no,
just over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's being he's sexually repressed. Those British.
After Sam
Call
Neill
me
died,
bastard.
someone recommended, Max Headroom recommended I watch Sirens with Sam Neill, which was like this Hugh Grant sexual awakening movie from the 90s. It was charming. I loved it. I recommend it. And there's a whole lot of titties in it.
Like, I
should watch
don't.
Who doesn't like that?
It was a cute movie.
TNA is the best.
So I mean, here
Usually they
so
wear,
back
they
to
wear
this,
like
though,
a white dress, and that's fine enough for me. You know. It's
So
just-
here's the thing: is I didn't realize the first time I saw this little clip because I saw it going around earlier until I've paused it now and see it looks garbage. It was such a quick transition though that like when you have it happen, you can almost barely tell. But
and like
presume nothing.
If it was just the white dress, awesome. But the fact that it's just blue there, why the need for it? You might as well just painted her blue.
I would have just not went with the X-Men design, because I thought it was shit, and make her fully blue, fully red eyes as well.
That's the
look that I'm used to. And
aren't her like eyes yellow though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make a return to lycra spandex.
She can turn them whatever
costumes.
color she wants, technically.
Because I don't like this like the Superman costume, the new one, and this what we're seeing with Mystique. It looks like this like biker kind of leather, rubber kind of thick. I don't like that. I also don't like the paintball armor from like the X-Men Apocalypse kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't like loud, colorful, expressive spandex is timeless. It just works.
Mystique technically doesn't have pupils when she's in her true form. It's just yellow glazed over eyes.
Why borrow any design choices from those movies with what were you expecting?
Continuity purposes, that's really all it is.
I don't know. With Cyclops, they did something completely different, comic accurate. Love that. I don't know what they were thinking design wise with.
Just going to move
it forward a little bit. They wanted that look from the movies, but also something new. That's just,
here.
Yeah, and Amelia's right. The body paint is probably more expensive, but you could mocap her naked. But then, they would digitally shrink her titties.
He had yellow eyes.
Fox.
He had yellow eyes.
Scott Farkas.
She's Nightcrawler's mother, I think.
Mystique. Yeah. And in the leaks. In the leaked footage, Nightcrawler has like solid white hair, which I think is pretty cool. In the blurry like cell phone footage you see, property of Industrial Light Magic.
I forgot Nightcrawler is in this, and they're even using the older actor.
Yeah.
I don't know
why.
Alan Cumming, yeah.
I think that's
who's on screen right now.
I think the chick is his protester daughter.
Yeah.
That's the daughter. Yeah. Don't be a
really
dick.
Fucking annoying chick.
Don't be a dick.
Has brothers and sisters.
That was a good stop. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, see, Cyclops Sans underwear is like way better without.
Yeah, like I said, it works with him with no underwear because he's got that belt and that partition in his torso.
They give Superman like
it is. So actually, now looking at this, it is off to the right. It is off.
I think the belt should have been red and big if you're not going to get do the trunks. I think, but
it's not as far to the right as it was in the because in the comic it's like almost
underwear looks gay.
I think the thing is, no matter what year or where he crashes, his costume, Superman's costume, is going to look weird with the trunks. I think changing it. One of the things, speaking of wardrobe, I'm remembering when Alan Cumming was on the red carpet premiere for X-Men 2, and he was wearing a kilt because he's Scottish or whatever. And some reporter, cheeky woman, was like, "So what are you wearing under that kilt?" And he looked at her straight in the eyes, like, "Just a cock ring."
Dope.
Doom comic accurate.
It looks good,
and it's green. I like the green is like
it's
actually
not an
green.
Iron
It's
Man
not
mask.
terribly
which I'm
muted.
Glad that it's not an Iron Man mask.
We're going to need a miracle.
Yeah, and I'm guessing Thor dies in that previous scene, right? And so he can be done and move on.
Rips out.
Probably everyone dies.
Yeah. This is retiring all these actors from the Marvel movies.
Oh my goodness, it's Chris Evans.
Not shocked.
I feel nothing for this scene.
Me too.
Well, because they already blew their wad with the they set up so well for him being able to wield Mjolnir. Because he only what was it in
Endgame.
Age of Ultron. He moves it like a quarter of an inch.
Right.
Yeah, wigles it.
I
and then you kind of forget that.
Post.
Yeah, it's so.
In Endgame, the audience went ape shit when they revealed he had the hammer. It was crazy. This scene, it's like, okay, he's back, I guess. Cool.
Casual
like,
America.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I also think that, like, you know, even with the past couple phases, like, this should be a big moment. Like, oh, Captain America, Steve Rogers is back, and I feel nothing to the scene. Now, sure, you could say, oh, you know, we saw Steve Rogers in that, you know, early teaser sort of trailer earlier where they released those 4, you know, teaser trailers. But, like, even so, like, even when I saw him there, I was like, oh, yeah, he's back. Whatever. And this is my favorite Avenger, too. Like, I prefer him over Iron Man. I'm just like, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. There's more here.
Infinity Vision.
What the hell?
What the hell's Infinity Vision? Somebody knows?
It's their
That's
newest.
the name of IMAX.
Well, I don't know. It's the newest dumb shit.
Yeah,
I
also
do wanna
Cap is like
highlight
kind of
this.
balding now. His hairline's, you know, receding up a bit, and I don't know.
Does anyone actually think the script is done yet? So I think that the first draft is done.
Yeah, it's changing every day. I'm saying.
I don't think that's the one they're using.
I
Joey
think the
Bag of Donuts,
description of all the
$1.99.
action scenes that they're stringing together is done, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Blue
everything's
Collar
in
did
flux.
send this earlier, by the way. Walking in now, watch The Return, a better film, $1.99. Thank you for your contribution after you left.
Yeah.
What do gems mean?
So
I think they're cents.
They're essentially cents, but you can only access them through the mobile phone app. So like if I send gems, it's like literally like a little bit of cents here and there. Like yeah, it's
6, 7. There you go. That's all you're getting out of it.
I think it's like bits for Twitch and all that. It's
I
that sort of
mean,
thing.
I
So YouTube is
appreciate
trying to
whatever it
Twitch.
is. I just don't know how to use this. This might as well be like Ruples or some shit for me. I don't know what the hell to do with this.
Are you the Roman that's seeing the giraffe now?
I just don't know what I don't know how to use. I don't know what that does.
Yeah, it's just a couple of cents.
I appreciate it either way. I'm not really. I don't even know how to go about getting that.
How do I cash out my jewels?
How do I cash out jewels?
It goes
You
towards
usually
your
cash
like
them out
financial stuff.
inside it. Well, never mind.
But yeah, I mean, gems are 1.5 cents to buy and give. I mean, all I said was 6, 7. It's fine. It's that doesn't matter how much it is. It's the thought that counts behind your. 6
I didn't even
7
put
cents.
it together. 6, 7.
I had no
Jesus.
idea YouTube did that kind of Twitch stuff.
Yeah, it's new. I think it's happened to me one time before.
It came out a couple months ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the
changing
trailer.
stuff.
So I who was it that said that they felt nothing? Was that you, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like,
Same.
It sucks because I've said
spoil
this.
Didn't the whole script come out or some
No
synopsis?
idea.
Yeah, the lead.
He did.
Yeah.
It was
I want to
it's
say
bad.
Chris Bohr, you talked about it.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
That's the other
here's
thing.
the
Like
is-
typically, when I hear like, "Oh, the story's leaked," if it's a decent sounding movie, I'll probably try to avoid it. But with the Marvel stuff, I'm like, "Well, let's read this shit, see what it's all about." And I read it, and I'm like, "Well, that sounds weird."
The problem is the script that got leaked probably isn't the one that they're going to end up using. That's the thing. It's probably going to be even worse.
Well,
Well,
that's true, but everything in this trailer just confirms everything that was leaked. So
Like,
Dude, what's
uh,
worse?
it's all there.
It's
like, a
awful
big
when they
thing in
try
the
to.
leak-
Go ahead. Sorry. Tony.
sorry, a big part of the leak is is confirmed within the opening shot with Professor Xavier. So if you guys don't know, if you guys want to go in with this with no spoilers, turn away. But essentially, the world that is being destroyed is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine
Him
and apparently
Wolverine,
Deadpool. Yeah, is on that planet. They are setting up a bomb from Beast, and they are destroying that universe. Like, that is insane, and like it just confirms it. And like, even like, there's plenty of leaks going around, but the general gist and the skeleton of the film is essentially like the same. There are a couple variations, sure, but at the end of the day, the skeleton of it is very much the same.
Yeah, what's really bad is when these movie makers purposely change the script because it got leaked. And we got to be like, oh, they won't stick to their guns. So they're like, oh, we still got to surprise them. So we got to change things so they weren't I would much rather hear a good leak. A leak, it sounds good, and then you watch it, and it happened, and it was still decent when it played out. Because a good story. Here's the thing: if a movie's spoiled, and you watch it and you still enjoy it, then it's a good story. Because a good story can withstand spoilers. You know.
Yeah, but like Tony was saying, it just sucks because, and obviously this isn't breaking any ground, me saying this, but I used to just love when these trailers would come out and the excitement of the post-credit scenes and what was coming next.
Yes.
And this just feels like that's the only there's not. This should make me every facet of I literally have, almost every epic collection Marvel ever released. I have boxes upon boxes of just graphic novels that I've packed away for my inevitable move sometime next year because I don't want to do it all at the very end. And I'm just like this. I am a person who I should see this and
target
every
audience.
Every cell in my body should gyrate as I'm watching.
And if anything,
I mean, the Cyclops scene is pretty dope.
There's a couple of scenes here and there that look great. Don't get me wrong, but they don't do it for me.
Yeah,
they don't.
I mean, Batman Begins. Batman v Superman did that same shit where they kept referencing comic book art, and I mean, it's cool in the trailer, I guess, but like when you actually watch the movie.
Me and True Pop are probably like we're both 25, so like we were 7 years old when the first Iron Man came out. We were about 18 when Avengers Endgame came out. So we have been like we grew up on this.
You've lived in it your whole life.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we've known. So this trailer, this movie should be like, okay, we're back. Okay, we're going back to your childhood.
So
we're going back to
what'd you just say? Oh, sorry. Stupenzo gave me something and I can't present it for some reason.
All good, but we should be like, we just turned adults when Endgame ended, and like we were like, oh okay, and then this new chapter of the MCU is about to begin, and then now we're just sort of like, all right, it's another Marvel movie. Let's see how it pans out this time.
Yeah, essentially what they're trying to do, because they basically they have no neat way of folding in all the Fox properties.
No, they don't. And like that's like
I wish you would have sent that to me ahead of time because that would have been a great thumbnail.
Yeah, that was actually pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I'm the kind of person where I'm like, okay, you guys set up the Marvel universe with Iron Man, and there was never any mention of mutants ever, and now that you're introducing them,
they weren't legally allowed to.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm not gonna whatever they serve me, I'm not gonna buy it. Like it's all bullshit. I don't care. And I know it's like multiverse shit. That's how they're gonna do it, but that's retarded.
I mean,
that doesn't make me connected to them, like with the multiverse shit. Like they're not nowhere near as fleshed out as the heroes from phases 1 to 3. None of these guys I feel generally connected to, which makes me think that they're gonna kill a bunch of people.
I think.
They kind of automatically have to.
Yeah,
like they're just gonna absorb the ones they want to keep. They're gonna kill off everyone that either doesn't want to sign on past this, or they can recast younger and cheaper. That's what's going to. That's really what's going to. It's going to break down to that. And a lot of the legacy actors are going to be too expensive and almost aged out of the parts.
Yeah.
Like Rebecca Romaine. Yeah, she's under a lot of makeup, but how long is she going to want to do that for?
I think Jennifer Lawrence.
Freaking Magneto.
The thing about the best part about Mystique as a character is you don't need any one specific person. You just need someone of a general body shape, and you're good.
Yeah. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Every time Godzilla shows up, he's got a fucking new design. He's got a new, we're fine with it.
Yeah,
Superman. Yeah. We do not need this consistency with all these dumb superhero movies.
You can recast Wolverine. You can recast Iron Man. I know that's controversial to say.
You can. You should though.
Yeah,
they can't play them forever.
The character is more
bigger than the actor.
Yes.
Well,
it's kind of like recasting the Joker and Batman and et cetera, et cetera. Like,
how many Batmans have we gone through?
Did you hear Val Kilmer's going to play Batman?
So here's the thing: is it really comes down to whether or not the actor sticks the landing. Because, for instance, I mean, quite literally, Heath Ledger, when he first got cast
People
as Joker,
were
everyone was-
pissed.
Oh yeah,
people were pissed
Yeah.
and questioning it. And then after
Michael
his
Keaton,
performance, no one ever wanted anyone else to play him.
It's like the first teaser trailer where you heard his voice. You were like, "Oh fuck, okay, yeah, that's good." You know. They did for Black Panther 2. Like there was a huge disservice, like just going on with the chick and not recasting.
100%.
That was retarded. They should have recast
Especially
it.
considering the
Both
fact
said to
he
recast
wanted to be
it.
recast. That was his like dying wish, and they just
Yeah.
shat all over it.
I mean, like, what was so like? Look, I like the guy. He was a good actor, and he was good as Black Panther. But you know, if Michael Keaton died when he was playing Batman, like they would have just recast him. Like, what makes him more special than
Michael Keaton?
That's my point. Like, what makes this guy more special than like Michael Keaton or anyone else? You know,
I think another
It was-
problem is
I mean,
like
it was-
in order to entice these big actors, they say, "Oh, we're going to give you a 5-6 picture deal," you know, and now you're beholden to put him in 6
you're
movies
locked
now.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
I think so.
something-
This is what it is. They just, they already recast Rhodey, but they turned Black Panther. They astroturfed it into a cultural event so hard that they almost couldn't. They felt they couldn't recast him without completely pissing off an entire continent.
They made the wrong decision,
and it was the wrong choice. I 100%
It's like
agree.
Achilles
I'm-
going
I'm
to the
saying-
afterlife, going
yeah,
to
I'm
Hades.
saying
you're
is-
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm thinking their mentality, as
you're
dumb
right.
as it is, that was what they were like. Well, we're just going to piss off all the black people.
Well, the whole thing
basically
is
what it
though
was.
is that might have been true. Like even if they're worried about that, people might have felt that way initially, but they would have gotten over it quickly. You know, like it'd be fine.
and that's, but they weren't. They had already lost so much of their goodwill. They were unwilling to give up any little iota of it that they still had. And he was pretty much the only person that was still getting respect because of how well he played the character.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid, but I can at least understand what their mentality was. Like it's a horrible mentality to have.
There's something I wanted to mention while we're on the topic of actors about Doctor Doom. There's a bit of a conundrum going
The fact
on
it's
with
played by an actor who played a completely different character. Yeah, that's a horrible
yeah.
conundrum.
So it's like, okay, so you cast RDJ. Yes, he's talented and whatnot, and I'm glad that that they're representing Doom as like your own character. Like it's not some lame variant of Iron Man.
Well,
that
is it?
He has an accent.
Well, we don't
he
know
has
that
his
yet.
armor.
Yeah.
For all we fucking know, it could just be that.
It's probably going to be revealed in Secret Wars.
I think it's more like Doom is his own character.
Well, but why does he look like him?
Why cast Robert Downey Jr.? That's the issue.
I don't think they'll. If they do show his face, it'll probably be scarred. So.
Well, yeah, but like they have to, like they're not going to cast Robert Downey Jr. not show his face.
See,
Like,
that's
exactly.
That's the conundrum I want to get at. So, if you're doing it like that, Doom is more his own character rather than Iron Man Mark II.
Actually, it'd probably
why
be like
cast
Mark
RDJ?
197 at this point.
Per
But go
se,
on.
why not cast Matt Mikkelsen
that's what
as
I'm
Dr. Doom?
Yeah, but like
So
that's
it's
just
like-
it though. It's going to be part of the plot, like him looking like Tony Stark. That has to be part of the plot. Like, there's no way that they're not going to acknowledge that. You know,
That'd be fucking nuts
Yeah.
if they did.
that'd be so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It would be weird.
I'd
but
honestly prefer that.
You could make,
I still don't think I like him.
Honestly,
Tom Cruise.
honestly, I think this is their way of like low key bringing Tony Stark back. I think
Yeah.
that this it's like
He'll
for
be-
whatever
He'll be good
methodology.
again
they're-
at the end.
Yeah,
It would be an excuse to be like, oh, look, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. are all together in this Avengers movie. It's the reunion you've wanted. And it's like, well, kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the actors, but did you get the characters back?
Because the way like the internet has been reacting, like I feel like they expected like evil Iron Man, essentially, and they're kind of weirded out by the accent, by the costume and stuff like that. But like I'm just sitting there, just like, but that's Doctor Doom. That's the character. What do you mean you like?
It could be like
evil
some
Iron
dumb
Man?
multiverse version of Doom.
I just.
This is what I want.
With
This is
me.
the exact scene. This is how I want the scene to play out, right? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I want Iron Man to show up and be like this.
Looks just like you.
Impossible. You're colorful. I don't
then-
look like you. You look like me. Why do you look like me?
That's exactly how I want the entire scene to play out.
100%.
Just an argument over which one of them looks like the other one. Oh man, sounded like Mr. Brown's Jamaican accent. I gotta get Brown. I gotta see if Brownie's ever available to come on here. I miss
Beer
Mr.
can. Bombi Clot Babylon. Rastafari man.
All right, well, I know that Paul's got to go soon, so I'm going to start wrapping it up in general. We obviously did not get to X-Men 97 like I wanted to talk about,
We'll
so
more to
we'll
talk
postpone
about
that.
next week.
We'll just postpone that till next time.
Yeah.
And we never got to Young Washington either, which is like the third week in a row that we haven't gotten to Young Washington.
Thanks, fucking Christopher Nolan.
Brand new day trailer as well.
Thanks,
and
Avengers.
Well, the
feel
brand
like
new day trailer was just recycled clips. We didn't even. I mean,
Yeah,
eventually
it is
let's get to a
essentially
point-
the journey so far. Let's go through the history of Spider-Man the MCU.
Yeah, it's not really like a new
It was
trailer.
literally they saw that trailer for Digger, and
Which
they were
was
like, "Oh,
great,
let's just
the Tom
let's
Cruise
just
tribute.
do that with all the instead
wanna
of Tom
see it.
Cruise, we'll just do it with all of the scenes of Tom Holland instead." It was
Whoever edited that Tom Cruise tribute, well, that was a stellar job. That guy did
That
a
was
great
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for
I'll
Digger.
tell you what, I don't have the video right now. I'm transferring everything over to StreamYard. I'm gonna have to go back and get all of the clips out of EVMux, but
Yeah.
I'll just for Joey Bag of Donuts, we'll do Clit next time. I have a few that popped up that are just weird. So my favorite one recently, I'm not even gonna bring it up. It was just I got the most anti-Semitic person in my comments I've ever seen.
Nice.
It was just a guy ranting about Jews, and I was just like,
cool.
I was like, what does Supergirl have anything to do with that? I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't.
No. Let's the guy cook. What's he saying about the nose people?
I just let him keep going. It was like 9 comments, and I was just like, this has nothing to do with any of.
We
what
got a
happened.
similar one on one of our reviews recently too. Our Citizen Vigilante review. Some like weird guy just wanted to talk about Jews. So, okay.
We'll have to compare and see if it was the same guy.
But it's the other religion as that movie is about.
It's the J's and the N's and the.
So yeah, I don't have any of the clips. I was trying to figure out how to rip them out. So we'll just plug our shit without the I'll do the it's time to plug your shit. There we go. It's this is where you tell us where you are, where you've been, where we could find you, what you have coming up next, and we'll start with True Pop. We'll start down in the right hand corner.
Oh, I hate going first.
Okay, then we won't start with True Pop. We'll start with Stupenza.
Okay. I'll be on Abomination AJ's channel, Tighten Up Tuesday. It's starting early. I think we're gonna start in about an hour, and we'll probably watch some movies in his Discord afterwards. And then tomorrow's Dorkside We Watch is a re-release. People voted on it. It's the full length commentary for the 90s kids movie Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
My cousin,
that's awesome.
Me and my cousin watched that back in 2023 and recorded a full length commentary, and I managed to get it up past MGM copyright, so that's cool.
Nice.
So that'll be it's a funny video. So I'm glad that one's coming back up. And then I will be streaming Thursday. I'll be on Toasty's channel, Toasty with the Mosty, and then right after that we'll do a Stupenzo cast and get to all that fun Odyssey related stuff that we didn't get to on Sunday. We're gonna do a playthrough of the Wishbone Odyssey game and watch more Baywatch nights, and I might do the Hot Ones challenge again. So it'll be fun.
I mean, if you do the Hot Ones challenge again, is it really all that impressive if you do it again? Though
I'm gonna do it faster this time, and because
You
last time I did
survived
each
the first time?
last time I did each flavor and I reviewed it and talked about it, and I kind of waited for it to die down, and then I would taste because I was tasting them all for the first time. This next time I'm gonna do like all 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like just,
I mean,
so
I'm
that'll
like
be funner.
I'm like immune to all types
same.
of hot sauces at this point.
Same. Everyone was disappointed because I handled it pretty
it's-
well.
It's one time I remember those like mega hot jelly beans, that they mix them in with regular, and like you're supposed to trick people in eating them, and somebody did that to me and I ate them and it didn't affect me at all, and they were so angry.
How do your buttholes survive that?
Oh, they don't. My ass never is able to cash the check. It's
if you have a problem with that, I don't. But if you do, you could put your toilet paper in the freezer. You know, if you're eating like Carolina Reaper peppers and stuff, that is a trick.
Oh yeah, I have a whole jar of dried Carolina Reapers.
I'm not
I'll just
joking.
eat them.
You think I'm
joking? I'll just throw them in my mouth. I'll just put that shit right in my mouth. There you go.
I don't. Yeah, my days of eating like fucking whole Reaper peppers
You guys
are
have
behind me.
Latino blood in your veins, or
no,
whatever?
I'm very white. I'm
Dude,
extremely
eating
white.
a Reaper pepper is like giving yourself food poisoning and like taking drugs. It's like you feel like you're high on mushrooms or something.
Now, mushrooms is something I can get
hilarious
behind.
because like Mexicans will look at me like this fucking gringo's out of his goddamn mind. What is he doing? But anyway, Tony, thank you for coming on for the first time.
Oh, it was a pleasure. I had fun talking about, a bit of the Odyssey and Avengers Doomsday. You know, something that should be dear to my heart, but it's this heart has gone cold.
Mine too, buddy.
I mean, we might. So
is that why we don't like movies anymore? Because we're just sad and old and depressed and disillusioned.
Possible.
Is that it?
Or they just suck.
Yeah, I know it's that one.
No, sometimes I think it's the creators that did that.
I'll bring you on again soon. I know you wanted to talk about X-Men 97, and I don't want to talk about X-Men 97. So, but you'll just be part of the open invitation crew.
Hey, okay, cool.
Yeah, True Pop Culture 7. You haven't been on in a while, but what do you got coming up?
I'm probably eventually going to get to watching the Odyssey. Just trying to get good seats at my IMAX. So I'll probably upload like a shorts review right after I get out of it. I'm planning in quotation marks on doing a video on Brand New Day, because I feel like the only one that's not particularly hyped for it. The MCU Spider-Man has been a mixed bag at best, and I'm just like wondering, okay, which direction are they going to take it now? So I'll definitely have some thoughts on that to share. And yeah, you can check out my socials, True Pop Culture 7, or Timothy GB as my writer name, because I'm trying to promote myself as a writer.
I think that you're if it's not, I'll add it to because I just grabbed it from EV Mux, but most of the people I collaborate with are just in the description now. I'll double check for
okay.
I'm not 100% certain, but if it's not there, guys, yeah, True Pop Culture 7.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Paul.
Hey, yeah. So I just dropped my first review in months, which was the Odyssey. I go real hard and deep.
As you do. I've heard that about you.
Yeah, I know.
So you loved it, right?
My skills with a Z. So go check that out on my channel, Off the Cover. And I will be back soon with Spider-Man Brand New Day, not trailer, review. And soon we'll have Thirsty Thursdays back.
I always get too drunk on those.
Hell yeah. That's the way we like them.
I think I've been on the last 2 or 3, and I don't think I've talked about a single topic that you brought up any of the times. I don't think.
Yeah, well, there was one right before Christmas where you got ridiculously shit-faced, and
I like getting drunk and high. Let's party.
Even my doorman was like, "Yo, you guys are fucking crazy." My doorman's
when I don't have to run a stream, I don't give 2 shits about anything. I'm just like, God, let's go. But yeah, check out Paul's newest review. I watched it earlier. It's good. It's good stuff. I hope it hits the algorithm. Unfortunately, everybody's trying to hit the algorithm, so it's like, Matt, what do you and Bobby have coming up? I have a feeling I know, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, we just recorded our Odyssey review last night, so I'm going to be working on that this week. Should be ready by Saturday, and then I think we have like a week next week where nothing new comes out, so we'll probably do our long-awaited Alien Covenant review, and then we'll be wrapped up with the entire Alien series, which will be nice. So that's what we got going on. Check us out, Hard Cut on the YouTubes.
As for me, yeah, I'm probably, depending on the quality of Brand New Day, if it's mid, I might just leave it alone. But if it's either really good or really bad, I'll be I'll still cover it here either way. But whether or not I do a formal video because of how much time those things are, if it's just mid, it's like whatever.
You know what we need to start doing? Instead of like we're hating on a movie for months and months and months, and then it comes out and then we hate it and it sucks and that's the review. We need to start doing this like, theatrical thing where we pretend we're really excited for it. We can't wait. And then we watch it. It's like, no, what happened?
We pretend
I mean,
like
that's kind of what I do anyway.
Yeah,
So
they do a rug pull. They fucking betrayed us. They did everything wrong.
Well, that's like I try not to get too involved with the bashing stuff up front because I don't like to do that for trailers and stuff. I mean, obviously there's, you can analyze a trailer at its core, like in a vacuum, but you can't really get to what the movie's going to be until you see it. So that's why I avoid doing it. I think I've only ever done a formal video about one trailer ever, and I hated it. So I got rid of it.
But still, a trailer is supposed to like get you into the cinemas.
It's supposed to hype you. Yeah, I agree. You can analyze it in that. Like that's one thing I will do. I will say this isn't doing it for kind of like what we just did for, that. But I'm not gonna try to make every prediction under the sun based.
Like I'd say Supergirl is a good example of that. Like the trailers didn't really grab anyone, and people said, "Oh, it's going to make $1 billion," and it's only made like 100 million, if that.
I don't think.
And the movie sucks.
Make $1 billion. They did.
John Campia did, so
You know what's crazy is this week coming out a really cool trailer. I want to see it. It's that Her Private Hell movie, Nicholas Winding Refn, some serial killer movie with Sophie Thatcher. Looks really stylistic.
Paul, if you want to get out, you could head out, man. I'm going to end it pretty soon, but I know you have to head out.
No, it's all right. I can
stick
around until.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to end it in a minute. But go ahead, Spencer. Finish up what you were.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, there's nothing coming out this week, but Her Private Hell is coming out, and that has a really wild-looking trailer for sure. It was, like I said, it hyped me. I was like, I want to see this, even if it might not be good. I'll give it a chance. I mean, it seems fun.
Cyberpunk Edge Runner Season 2 coming out on Netflix.
Ooh, really? That comes out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this year. I think autumn sometime. So yeah.
It's not that far from now. So. Well, other than that, I don't have my closing clip. I couldn't find that one. So we're just going to end the stream right here. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to my guests. Thank you to my co-hosts. Thank you to the chat. You were awesome. We averaged about like 50 to 60 people today, which is pretty good. So everybody, see you next time. Tits out.